Okay. I should be live. Let me get a check in the chat. I'm definitely live. It says excellent connection on my stream. Agency, we're here. Special stream. Special stream for the real feelers in the chat. I'm going for the major tournament stream. That's right. We got a lot of games to show today. Hold on. Let me bring up the first replay. Watson. Enhance. So we're here today. I got a whole lot of tournament games. I played a lot of tournament stuff. Played so many tournament stuffs. But I didn't post any because I have not been posting too much in the last few weeks. But it's because I've been out of the country a lot, you know. I've been on some business. Seriously. I've been on some business. Should be going on. So I wasn't too active in October. But I have a lot of games here to show you. Look, I have so many. And I even put all of them in order because I'm just that good. I put them all in order by date. So we have an incredible timeline. I even have, what's it called? Fucking RU games for you guys that like this type of bullshit. Oh, look at this team. Blissy. Slow. Oh, this is so fire. I think I used another team. Yup. So I even have RU for you guys that like bullshit. So I have so much tournament stuff today. I was like, dude, I can't post this all in one video. It'll be a fucking 200-hour video. So we'll just do it on stream where it's more socially acceptable for it to be so long. I don't have no ZU games. I've never played ZU, and I'll never play that shit in my life. Shout out Kyogre for 11 months. It's a super OG. If the agency is so great, why isn't there a B-agency? Oh, there is a B-agency, and there's a C-agency. I'm just not too familiar with them. Anyways, there's a lot of games here. A lot of wins, a lot of losses. I ain't even gonna hold you. Some of these, you'll be like, what's going on here? Some of these, you'll be like, ooh, nice plays. But you know what? That's how it goes. So yes, I have a whole lot of tournament stuff. That's why I have tournament music on in the background. But I only have OU and RU. I don't be playing no other type of tiers. I'm really not too tapped into the lower tiers this generation. I don't think I really was too much in Gen 8 either. I like watching the games. Like when I watch different tournaments, they got some crazy shit. Like I saw Scyther in NU. Every time I see Scyther in NU, that shit goes on a super win streak. Just kills everybody. I don't really care too much about UU. I like the Pokemon they have in there, but I don't like watching it too much. RU is I also don't really care too much about RU watching it. Ubers is funny. I always find Ubers to be pretty entertaining. I don't really be playing it like that. I just play it on the ladder because, you know, I'm ass. But it's very, I find Ubers very entertaining to watch. I think Koraidon is fucking OP. You know, I used to think it was Miraidon that was going to be the greatest Pokemon ever, but dude, it's Koraidon. Koraidon is cheap. Koraidon is super cheap. I like watching that shit though. I see them be using Calyrex Ice too all the time. My boy Sylvan used Calyrex Ice. He got every play wrong, lost. Shit was crazy. Shout out to my boy though. It's my boy though. I'm on his side. Shout out Ryan for the 10 months. Appreciate you. Shout out Tiago. We're eating tonight. Facts. We are. Shout out Ancient Kazan. 10 months. ZU got Luxray. ZU was ass. ZU was ass. Shout out James Jones. Member for 11 months. Let me go look at ZU right now. You got me curious. You got me curious. There's no. Oh, there is ZU. Let me see who's in here. Damn. These are not Pokemon. Ampharos with 510 BSD. See, BSD doesn't. I didn't even know Flareon had 525. This got to be the most unoptimized garbage in the history of Pokemon. Whoa. Damn. There's some Luxray. Yup. That's why you were gassing it up. You know, you'd think a lot of these mons have like 325 BST the way they're so bad, but Luxray has 523. It's crazy. A lot of these guys do belong here though. Squawkabilly. We had a lot of success with Squawkabilly when we used it in our video, but I don't know though. Maybe people just aren't that good with Squawkabilly the way. How is Spidops ZU? What the fuck? How? Is Spidops good? It has Sticky Web. What the fuck? I thought Spidops is shiced. They're hating. They're hating like crazy. And then Stone Journey. Stone Journey, it's good if you're good. But if you're ass, then Stone Journey, it'll feel ass. But you gotta be fire with him. He has 125 attack. He has Stone Edge, Earthquake. No, I literally use this guy. I know how to use this guy. And so I'm telling you right now, this is definitely at least PU. At At least. But heat crash. It gets heat crash too. Heat crash bros. We're winning. We're winning heat crash bros. Anyways, this shit is definitely good. I'm telling you right now. But the rest of these guys are definitely frauds. Anyways, we're not here to talk about fucking zero used. We're here to go over Goob tournament replays. So, let me preface the situation. Smogon Champions League, week 1. The team I'm using, I stole this team. I saw a replay of it when I was recording what was it? There was a Smogon live tournament I was recording, and I saw some guy using this team, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like that. And Slowking's my favorite Pokemon, so I was like, you know, he got a pretty good combination of mons. Let me use this. So I did. I stole it. So it was, you know, it is what it is. But I didn't make this. The agency got to run up with camera up in ZU. No, the agency's not playing ZU. ZU's not happening. Shout out EJ in the stream. Agent EJ. Let's see. So, I got this team. It's Scarf Sneasler, Stealth Rock, Heatran, Cinderace, 2 fire types, because, you know, shit is fire. And then Gliscor. I'm against, what's it called? A pretty strong terrain team. I played this team, or like a similar type of variant on the ladder. This game was about a month ago. But yeah, I basically have a balanced team, or I guess you could say it's bulky offense versus some Rillaboom terrain. This was before the Roaring Moon outbreak, because Ursaluna Blood Moon was still around in the tier, but I didn't use one. But I should have probably used one. Anyway, it leads off with Heatran. I lead off with Sneasler. I go for CC turn 1. 40%, pretty good. I'm Scarf, right? So it's a pretty fine lead, because the lead will be Rillaboom or Heatran, most likely. I just expected Rillaboom though, so I was like, we can lead off with this. I gotta switch out though. I go into Slowking here. This goes for Moonblast. It does a lot, because my Slowking is physically defensive. Oh, shout out D. I'm gonna be streaming for a while. I got a lot to show. I teleport out, right? A chilly reception out into my my Sneasler. But I take Goob damage in the process. So I probably should have slacked off first. Either way, I bring back in Sneasler. Now here, I U-turn out, but I should have just Dire Clawed. Because I thought, I don't know, I didn't want to be locked into Dire Claw, I guess, into his own shit. But I really shouldn't have U-turned there. So that was just a bad play. So I'll bring in this guy as Moonblast comes out again. Because now I'm thinking, okay, this will just keep attacking. I go into Gliscor here, because I don't want to take any possible fighting move. But I keep getting Moonblasted. So now, in the first 5 turns, I've taken a cumulative 1,000,000% on my whole team, and everybody is dying. So, looking at the situation, I was like, I've put myself in a pretty grotesque position. I could protect there, and I get calm-minded on, and I was like, oh, it's really not looking too good. I go Heatran here, though, because I was like, okay, now if it's calm-minding, this should definitely just walled by me, whatever. Heatran comes in here as I go for Earth Power, but Heatran's on a balloon. I was just trying to chip away at the Valiant. I go for Magma Storm here, because I thought this shit would be Flame Body, but it was Flash Fire. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I know, it's a crazy play. But in my head, I was like, fuck it. I think it's going to be Flame Body. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? Sometimes you take a chance, but sometimes the play is insane. You know, if I'm thinking back to it, I should have just Magma Stormed on the Switch so I could find out. But I'm not going to hold you. I fell off. So, I go for Magma Storm there. Then I protect because I'm like, oh shit. This shit is strong as fuck now. I get out of there. I'm bringing my Cinderace as Magma Storm comes out. That's 49%. Big chip. I'm just like, okay, let me court change these rocks off. I don't need my Cinderace anymore. Goes for Magma Storm for some reason, but misses. I was like, okay, nice. I U-turn out. I gotta leave the field. I mean, I'm fucking walled regardless. So I go into my Slowking here, because my Slowking, you know, he can do his thing. I think I just go for what? Chilly Reception. I get out of that bitch, and I bring back in Sneasler. But you know what? At this point, I have taken a lot of damage, so I gotta get some more attacks off. I think I just U-turn out again. Iron Valiant goes down. So I take the first kill, I get out of there, and then back comes in my Take Hair. But then Ursaluna comes in, and I was like, oh shit. Now, I'll tell you, before the game, CTC was like, you get 6-0'd by Ursaluna when it Calm Minds in grassy terrain and turns poison type. And I was like, dude, I'll just, you know, I'll get my switcheroo off with Sneasler. And he was like, what if they don't stay in on switcheroo? I'm like, dude, they'll stay in on switcheroo. So I was like, dude, don't worry. I'll be able to win. Just don't worry. I'll get all the turns right. He was like, okay, but you get 6-0'd by Ursaluna. I was like, dude, just relax. I'll get all the turns right, dude. So I go into this guy, and then Blood Moon does 1,000,000%, 85% yup. And I chili reception out, and I go into this guy, because I have to force the Terra here. So I go for Woodhammer. I get a crit, but it doesn't really matter, because what's it called? It has a +1 defense boost, so it's going to be able to live the next one anyway. I go into Sneasler here, right, as Moonlight comes out. So, you know, all the turns are right so far, like I told CTC. However, switched out on switcheroo. So then I was like, oh, fuck. Hold on. And then Steel Beam came out, and I was like, oh, fuck. So then I was like, oh, fuck. That Ursaluna's about to do that thing on me. So I'm not going to hold you. The shit was not going right. It was going left. It went left. It went more left than Sama's left cousin. It was going left. So then I get Steel Beamed, which was the only move that could kill me. So that was pretty insane. When that happened to me, I was like, Steel Beam. Hey, yo. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, I'm getting Steel Beamed out here. Anyways, Heatran comes in. Sends out own Heatran. Where I click here, I'm protected. Sneasler comes in here. I think I'm just protected again. Let me see. Protect. Okay. I go for what? Magma Storm here. I turn Fairy on low kick. Facts. I go for Magma Storm to kill this, but I fucking miss. And then I go into this and I glide, but it doesn't kill. So this shit dies. And then this guy comes in and he just barely tanks. But unfortunately, the damage has been done. The fucking Ursaluna still comes in and does everything, but I don't think it was anything that I don't think that should matter at all. I think I was cooked. So if I had to go back and think about something that should have been fixed in this, ooh, I should have been smarter versus Ursaluna. I should have brought a more equipped team for Ursaluna. I could have played better too. I played the early game very badly. What's going on? They saying I'm lagging in the chat. Am I lagging? Think about fixing your Wi-Fi. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let me just go on a fucking tree and fucking set some internet up. Fuck do you think? How this shit works? Fucking shit internet. You know what? I already said this before. This is a New York problem. They got dog shit internet here. They think you can just pay extra and Google Fiber will appear in New York. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You can't just materialize it out of thin air. I know a lot of you live in fucking Nebraska and etc. So you got that gorgeous, you know, Google Fiber. Cause ain't shit going on over there. But unfortunately, there's no internet here. I'll say this though. Fucking in the Midwest, they got some tough Wi-Fi. Out of Chicago, they have some tough Wi-Fi. Strong internet. Actually, that's not true. My dad always had Comcast internet. That shit is so fucking garbage. I mean, I think over time it's stabilized. And by over time, I mean like 12 fucking years. Man, Comcast internet is fucking dog shit. Xfinity, that shit is ass. But whatever, the shit we got right now in New York, that shit is like, whoa, somebody save me. Anyways, I don't know if the ending cut out, but I basically said that even if I fucking didn't miss, I was still gonna get cooked. So I played the early game pretty bad. We went out pretty sad. I'm not gonna hold you. Bad luck. Bad luck. I got outplayed though. Alright, on to the next game. Because I have quite a lot. These are all in chronological order. Technically, the RU game is the next game. But I don't know if you guys want to watch RU. So I'll just keep going. Anyways, we got Generation 8 OU next. We got a lot of, you know, we have it in Generations 9, 8, 7, 6. I got a variety of joints today. All right, it's exquisite. It's exquisite what we got today. All right, let's go. Let's see. My dimensions all good? Let me see here. Hold on. Perfect. The real reason Blender doesn't play any games other than Fortnite and Showdown is because they'd be taking years to download 1 gigabyte. Dude, my internet, it's tough. It's tough out here. Sometimes, you know, you gotta be thankful for the internet you have, because my shit is ass. My shit is ass. I can't even stream Pokemon Show. This shit is a flash game. Can't even play a couple of Pokemon Showdown matches without, you know, the internet exploding. How is that fair? How is that fair? This world is it's, you know, it's tough. Hold on, I gotta put the poll. Did you like the stream? How come nobody liked the stream? You watching all this beautiful content and no like? I need y'all to like the stream right now. We need to get to 1,000 likes before the stream ends. Let me see this. Why is the Nightbot still showing this shit? Blender, next troll stream when? I need a good trolling team. I can't believe they got rid of fucking National Dex AG. National X AG was the funniest thing they ever did. Whoever invented that, I need to shake his hand, because that shit is fucking stupid. National Dex AG was crazy. What is the largest animal you think you could single-handedly saran wrap to a stop sign? Oh, probably a fucking grizzly bear. Yeah. Alright. So I got this Generation 8 game. This is for Smogon Masters. Smogon Masters is some sorry, I had to think for a second. It's Smogon's new tournament. So Smogon used to have Smogon Tour twice a year. That's the tournament that I always used to upload of myself playing in the playoffs. I love that tournament. That shit was so heat. Anyways, it was twice a year, but because of inflation and too many scrubs winning it after me, the GOAT, won it, they were like, fuck, we need to get rid of one of them. Too many scrubs is winning it and devaluing the trophy, which I agree with. So now they introduced a new tournament called Smogon Masters. And in this tournament, it's Generation 6, 7, and 8, and you best of 3. And it's like whoever wins that, they go on to the next round. But you got to win 7 rounds. So it's been 5 rounds so far that I've completed, and we're on the sixth round now. So I have 5 rounds of games to show you. So this is my round 1. I'm up against the Monkey King. So I didn't really know too much about this guy, but I saw some of his replays, and he basically just used standard teams. And you guys all know me. If I don't know what I want to bring, I'm bringing fucking Excadrill Sand. It doesn't matter. Generation 6, I'm bringing Excadrill Sand in the finals. What did I bring in the SPL finals? Excadrill Sand. If I don't know what I'm bringing versus random guy in front of me, Excadrill Sand. And always with the Tyranitar. So, same shit. It doesn't matter what generation it is. I'm always bringing Excadrill Sand if I don't know what to bring. Because all reliable is all reliable. Shout out Kyoga. Good to see you back, Blender. Can't wait for the upcoming agency sequel. Real talk. So anyways, I got my fucking trusty Excadrill T-Tar. Because, dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what generation, 6, 7, or 8. If you need to use an old reliable, just run these two together. They'll do what they need to do. Doesn't matter. So, he has a strong team. Urshifu, Weavile, those are some tough physical attackers. You got to be careful every time you play, especially versus Urshifu. My team is not particularly weak to Urshifu. If it gets every turn right against me, then yeah, it's tough. But I can get some turns right. It's called go Clef on every close combat and Urshifu on, and Ferrothorn on every surging strikes. It's quite simple, really. Just don't be a scrub and you'll be good to go. I know my Rotom's pretty good versus him when I burn a Moongus, because he has like 3 guys that can't switch into me at all. And then I know that the biggest threat versus me is probably, yeah, Weavile and Urshifu. So my team got Calm Mind Clef, I think, as a win condition. It's Calm Mind Thunder though, not Flamethrower. Flamethrower obviously would have been better. But yeah, I got an Excadrill, and even if I'm up against Zapdos, I'm still Excadrill, bitch. So, leads off of Landorus as I lead off of Rotom. I switch out into Ferrothorn turn 1 because I'm like, you know what? I don't want my Rotom to get toxic, because sometimes Spadef Landorus just likes to stay in and trade to toxic. And also, if a Moongus comes in, then it's fine. Also, if you U-turn here, I think my Ferrothorn's helmet. So if he U-turned, he would have taken like 28%. So all in all, Ferrothorn was a god play. And I'm able to get these hazards up immediately because I really like that, you know. I knock off here because in Generation 8, this is how you're supposed to play. Knock off everybody. Everybody. The quicker you knock off everybody's boots and leftovers, the faster you win. So I already get to knocking off, you know. He knocks me off here. I was helmet, see? So I do Goober Chip. Landorus already down to 45%. I'm now going to knock off again, knowing that Landorus has to switch out. We take this thing's eject button, so that's irrelevant. I now get up a spike as Zapdos comes in. My Tyranitar comes in here. This is hard body, fat ass Tyranitar. I'm talking Spadef careful. You can see because Hurricane does fucking 11%. And I'm leftovers, bitch. We're going back to full. So it does 16% to me. He's really not doing shit. In comes Urshifu, but the best part about using Tyranitar, you get that 6% chip on all your counters. So Urshifu already down to 82. Keep that in mind, folks. Down to 82. I switch out of here and I bring in Tornadus T on the close combat because I told you, just get every turn right, bros, and you're fine. So I bring in Torn on CC, takes a lot. Zapdos comes in as I click knockoff. I get insta paralyzed. I was like, ooh, fuck, because I forgot about fucking static. Yeah, fucking static, dude. So anyways, I get insta paralyzed, which it is what it is. I bring in my Tyranitar here on the roost. Sand wears off, but my Tyranitar still only takes like 20 from this. Yeah, it takes 24. I think he's max special attack. That shit is strong. In comes Melmetal here as I go for Rock Blast. I do negative damage to the Melmetal. I get 2 hits, and then he gets all that back with leftovers. Alright, I bring in Rotom on Earthquake because I know he's not going to want my Ferrothorn to come in for free. I'm like that. I knew he wouldn't Toxic. I knew he was Earthquaking. You know, I'm like that. Come on. The Rotom comes in here, and then Amoonguss comes in here. And then, what happens? I Volt Switch out. In comes Tornadus. Feel me? Zapdos comes in, but I knocked off the Zapdos. That's all that matters. I U-turn again. Boom. Zapdos. It's over for you, bud. It's over. Tyranitar's in here now, too. Got you low, bitch. Goes for a Volt Switch, but I'm happy for him to Volt Switch. That means he's soon to be at 35%, and it looks like he doesn't even have removal. I go for Rock Blast, but I fucking miss. I was like, dude, Tyranitar, you blind bitch. Here I Thunder Wave, because I'm like, surely he's not going to Spore into my Ferrothorn. Let me just go for Thunder Wave. But he Foul Plays. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that worked out great. Then I was like, you know what? Let me Thunder Wave again, because he's going to predict my Ferrothorn and double. And that was an insane people's play 101, because I get Spored as a result. So the first time it worked, I was like, fuck it. Big 2 times. And then this shit went left before it went right. Anyways, I bring in Clefable here. I'm like, let me start just killing shit with Moonblast. He stays in here. He instantly dies. Melmetal comes in. But Landorus is dead, which is what matters. I'm like, cool. I hate Landorus. Ferrothorn comes in here on double Iron Bash. I do some big-ass chip to the Melmetal, even though he crits me. I'm like, yo, calm down. Calm down. Alright. Protect happens here as I just go for a Leech Seed. If I was a man, I would have clicked Spike there, but I'm bad. Zapdos comes in here as I believe I knock off. Paralyzes my Ferrothorn. Roosts, but I Leech Seed here just to put some big pressure on this, and also because I want my Ferrothorn to be a little bit healthier. I bring in my Excadrill here, expecting the Roost or the Volt Switch. Hasn't revealed Heat Wave yet, so I thought it wasn't Heat Wave. What did I do? I go Tar here? No, I spin here. I'm nice. Anyways, I Earthquake here, but the shit lives. Fucking Amoonguss is so bulky, bro. Zapdos comes in here as I believe I go for an Earthquake. I don't Iron Head because I'm like, if he goes into Zapdos, I don't 2-hit KO with Iron Head, and then I'm just going to paralyze myself. So I still do a good amount of damage though, so we don't got to worry. Anyways, my Tyranitar comes in here. I'm like, dude, I need you to wake up. Otherwise, this Zapdos might be a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, real Zapdos enjoyers know that Zapdos can get out of hand quick if you're not smart. I bring in my guy there, then I bring Tyranitar back in. Feel me? Get a little bit of leftovers back. I'm like that. So I bring back in Tyranitar. I'm like, dude, wake up. Brings back in Urshifu. I mean, it's taking some chip, but it's still a gigantic goober threat. Now here I'm like, dude, I think Tornadus lives Surging Strike from full. No, it fucking dies. It fucking straight up dies. Urshifu is fucking stupid. This shit should be banned. First of all, this shit should be banned. Shout out Dat Boy for 12 months. And shout out Prez for 9 months. Appreciate y'all. The agency is rebuilding its member base. But anyways, yeah. So Broken Urshifu comes in and completely Surging Strikes my Tornadus in the fucking mouth. And the shit dies instantly. I bring in Rotom here. I click Hydro Pump because I know it's a free kill on anything. Amoonguss is Fizz Def, judging by Earthquake doing that measly 40%. In comes this guy again. I'm like, dude, I can't take this CC. I gotta go into Clefable. Fortunately, he doesn't Surging Strike there. If he Surging Strikes there, he's a GOAT. But fortunately, there was no strikes to be found, only a close combat. Melmetal comes in here as I go for a soft boiled. I'm thinking at this point Clefable wins. I just need to make Melmetal take a little bit more damage. I go Rotom here as Urshifu doubles right back in. And what did I go into here? Back into Clef as he CCs? Oh, I'm like that. I'm like that. I'm like that. I know he won't Surging Strikes though, because he doesn't want me to sack Ferrothorn, and then he's like, fuck, I'm goobed. Anyways, I soft boiled up here. I see that he thinks that he should just stay in and CC. But I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to Calm Mind and sweep you. Melmetal's about to be in range. So he keeps CCing. I'm like, oh, reliable. It doesn't matter what gen it is, 6, 7, or 8. All reliable is going to do his thing regardless. Keep CCing. I softball back to full. I get my next Calm Mind. I'm like, all right, well, it's time to sweep. I got +2. I KO Melmetal, but I fucking miss. Now, did I have to risk it? Probably not. But I was like, fuck it. I'm in this bitch for eternity, you one day star. And then, shit, I missed. And I fucking died. Shit happens though. You know what I mean? Dude, but I'll tell you this. He got the static. He already crit one bash. He got another static. You know, the odds were definitely in my favor. Were definitely in my favor to hit that thunder. But shit. So anyways, I die. It's okay though. It's not a big deal. I go into Excadrill here. I'm like, dude, I got this. Urshifu dies, so that's what matters. The only threat on his team now is Zapdos. Everybody else is low. And I know Weavile is a fraud because I have a Ferrothorn. I'm bringing Ferrothorn here as he knocks off. Does 24%. Has low kick, which means that it's probably 4 attack. So I know my Rotom's a big threat still. What did I click here? I think I just pumped. Pretty sure I pumped. No, I wisped. Okay. Now I pump. Knock that thing out. Zapdos comes right back in. I go into Excadrill here as the Hurricane comes out. Does 41%. I bring in my Tyranitar on what? Roost. Volt Switch. I'm like, all right, wake up, Tyranitar. I need you to wake up. Weavile comes back in. I don't wake up yet, but I burned off 2 turns. I'm like, all right, the next turn I'm definitely waking up. I'm certainly waking up. All right. I bring in Rotom on the low kick because I know he's scared. He goes for knockoff there. I go for Wisp, killing the Weavile there, basically. Volt Switch out. Bring in my Tyranitar. Bring back in the Rotom. Volt Switch out. Get the extra turn of leftovers. Tyranitar, I'm like, wake up, bruh. It's been fucking so many turns. Wake your fat ass up. He goes for T-Bolt. I'm like, chill, chill, chill. I go for Rock Blast. I get 1, 2, but it's still just 2 hits. But it doesn't matter because I got that Earthquake on me. Obviously, he's roosting here. So we're able to Earthquake here. Sleepy-ass Tyranitar, the GOAT, wakes up and clears business. Stealth, dude, if you ever need an all reliable, Stealth Rock, Rock Blast, T-Wave, EQ, he gets to shining. He gets to shining. Spadef T-Tar always gets to shining. Always gets to shining. So, game 1, I win. Good job, Tyranitar. So, next generation, he said, let's go to Generation 7. Because like I said, this is a best of 3. Generation 8, Generation 6, and Generation 7. I don't know why I put the order like that. But yes, Generation 6, 7, and 8. So he said he wants to play Gen 7 next. So, here's our Gen 7 game. Now, if you look closely at your screen, what is my 4th Pokemon? Take a close look. Take a close look. That's right. We're really in this bitch. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, Infernape. Infernape's not a real Pokemon. Dude, yes it is. Yes it is. Now, they be thinking surely he's memeing. No, Infernape is actually heat. All right. CTC opened my eyes to Infernape many, many years ago. This team is from 2018 or 19. It's some Hita team. But this Infernape is Z-Fire, Swords Dance, Flare Blitz, Stealth Rock, Close Combat. What an incredible, incredible Pokemon. Think about it. Get up the rocks, but then you can also Swords Dance to start attacking. It's basically Swords Dance, Stealth Rock, Garchomp, but it's faster. So, I'm be honest, it's better. Alright? So, a lot of you might be thinking, damn, this doesn't even make sense. But trust me, I knew what I was doing. Now, because we had just played Gen 8 and he had brought regular balance, most people in Gen 7 nowadays, they just like bringing hyper-offensive shit. A lot of Superiors, a lot of like Magearna Double Dance. So I figured the guy was just going to bring some type of offensive team. So I was like, I want to bring my Infernape team because I think this team is pretty good versus offense. I brought this team to a tournament before, and I played HO, and I won against it pretty easily because this team is just good into HO. Because I have a Scarf Lele and a Scarf Landers T, and the Infernape is fucking Stealth Rock, which you would never expect. See, this team, it's type shiced. Shout out Tony for 2 months. Anyways, I think you guys will like this battle because Infernape got the fucking goob nut off. So I lead off with my Landers T because I know that, what's it called? I know that he's going to lead off with Mew or Garchomp, but most likely it's lead Mew. I know if I lead Landorus, he's not going to expect it to be Scarf Landorus. He's going to expect it to be Rocks, judging by the composition of my team. So I U-turn out that bitch immediately, and I bring in Greninja as he goes for a taunt. I'm like, wow, Picasso. Here I go for Hydro Pump. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, because I know it kills Mew at 58, but he goes to Magearna. So here at this point, I was like, damn, this guy already lost, to be honest. Superior comes in. I go for Hydro Pump. I do 38. I'm just hitting that thing like it's nothing, like it's my job. I go into Tapu Lele here, expecting a glare, but I don't want anybody else to get glared. My Infernape is important. This is a god play. Now watch this, watch this, watch this. I bring in Lele here, right? On glare. I know he's thinking, fuck it. I need to get my Mew in here to get them rocks up. He doesn't want to just sack this to Psychic, right? So I double into my, what's it called? Oh, fuck. I clicked his name, bruh. Yo, I was about to do an epic story time. All right, fuck. Yo, peep this, peep this. I double into my Infernape, and I go for the Z Fire, and I fuck that shit up. Look at that. Look at that. A lot of you thought Infernape wasn't real. Now look. Z move, boom, stop the Mew from getting up the rocks. A lot of you thought Infernape was a fraud. No, well worth it. Well played, Infernape. Now watch this. Garchomp comes in, but because of the severe pressure that Infernape put on bro, he's shitting bricks. He doesn't know what to think. I go for Stealth Rocks. He uses his Z move on checks notes, a fucking Infernape. He went out sad. Good job, Infernape. Landers T comes in this bitch afterwards. He's like, oh fuck. I go for EQ. I'm Scarf, bitch. He goes for SD. I don't know. He thought I would U-turn or something. No. And then I just EQ again because I know he's not going hard Gyarados. At this point, he's paralyzed with fear. I put the fear of God into him after that. Anyways, Superior comes in here. I bring in my own Superior. He goes for defog. I know he's defogging, so I'm like, fuck it. We about to hacks. I set up a substitute here and I win the speed tie. I'm like, oh, you're fucked. I'm like, you're fucked. He goes for taunt here. I dodge the taunt. I glare his ass. I'm like, oh, you're super fucked with a capital F. I go for a Leaf Storm here. I'm like, oh shit. Dude, I'm like that. I'm like that. Come on now. He switches out of here and I'm like, oh, you have Bug Buzz? I don't give a fuck. I'm glaring this shit too. I go for glare. I'm like, I got 1.33x evasion, bitch. I'm really not worried about shit. But then I actually get a hit and I fucking die. So that shit was not a good play. I go into Greninja because it's pretty easy. Ash Gren here. I hit another Hydro Pump. Good job, Gren. You doing your job. You're doing your job. Ash Gren evolves, aka Kyogre. In comes this shit. I Hydro again because I'm like, fuck it. I don't really know what's going on. This end game, I kind of got CTE. I just started clicking random buttons. Then I was like, oh fuck, what am I doing? I go Landers T here, expecting him to DD again. I was like, oh shit. He crunches here. I guess I don't know. I don't know why he crunched. Maybe he didn't have a better move. I died there. I go into Mawa here. I have Sucker Punch. Yeah, it's good job, Mawa. I have Sucker Punch. Kill that shit. In comes Mothra. I bring up my Tapu Lele because I don't need this shit at all. He gets parried. Then I get parried. Then he gets a sub up. I'm like, hey, yo. Hey, yo. Sub. He gets parried. But why are you subbing up when parried? You should be QDing up. Then I Psychic. He gets paralyzed again. I kill his ass. I bring in my Mawa here as he Calm Minds. Watch this turn. Watch this turn. Watch this turn. Forgot about them Demon Time berries. I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to lose. I was like, oh shit. I bring in Greninja. I go for Hydro Pump, but it fucking lives with 1 HP. I'm like, oh my god, I just lost. There's no way. There's no way. But then his Magearna is negative speed and Lele wins. Wow. I don't know what to say. This game right here, mind-blowing game. So I win that series 2-0. But that shit was shite. I don't know what was going on in that bitch. That shit was crazy, right? I told you. Some crazy business be going on in them games. Leave a like if you haven't liked the stream already. We got to get to 500 likes. Keep going. Anyways, yeah. Some PayPal shit went down at the end. I'm not gonna hold you. I know I played the first 15 turns so beautifully, and then I was like, hold on, watch this, and then I started making bad plays. All right, should I show you guys these RU games? Is there an interest in these? Because I think that's next in my chronological series. This is my RU game. I have a Blissey though. This shit is not that entertaining though. I don't know. RU is pretty shit. Maybe I show this at the end. I got more OU to show. Anyways, I got a cheap team here versus Woach. This is a gross tier. I actually don't want to watch this. We're gonna do this later. All right, round 2 of OU. We'll come to that. We'll go back to that RU shit later. That shit is too much. Just seeing Woach and all them, I was like, dude, I don't think I can take this right now. We'll be back. All right, next game, OU. All right, so after last week's devastating beatdown, I was like, bruh, let me bring some other shit. But this guy brought terrain again. I was like, bruh, hell no, not again. I have my own this time, but I was like, bruh, not again. You'll have to bear with me. You'll have to bear with me. I think it's like not even lag. It's like light lag. It's like a light lag. You know what I'm saying? It's a light lag on a Monday. Shit is not even bad like that, is it? My shit lagging? You guys really cared? You would send me some good Wi-Fi. You would send your best thoughts and prayers, and this shit would boost my Wi-Fi potential. We don't all have good Wi-Fi. We're not all rich, all right? Bastards. It's a tough life out there. My heart goes out to Blunder, who watched this 10-minute video 17 hours at the time. Bruh, shut up. My shit is ass. Yo, is it fine? Alright, anyways, let's get into the battle. I got this team from my boy Vert, some Glamora HO. I don't be using these types of teams because this shit is fucking no skill bullshit. But you know what? King Goob it, so we had to do what we had to do. Let me give you the backstory behind this game. I just got off the plane from Berlin. I was in Germany for the week. I was cooking. It was an incredible week. Shout out Germany. I went in the beginning of October. Was in Munich for Oktoberfest, all that good shit. It was heat. Anyways, I didn't play Pokemon, all right? And then I just played this game 1 hour after I got the flight off. So there might be some questionable drug-induced plays. Just know, you know that should be happening. You know what I'm saying? So let me get my, you know. So anyways, Glamora comes in as a lead. In comes Iron Valley and Taunt turn 1. I'm like, man, what the fuck is Taunt? What the fuck is Taunt? I was just trying to get these rocks up. Moonblast comes out as I do 57 with Earth Power. Then Destiny Bond comes out and we trade. Honestly, all things considered, this was a pretty good trade for bro. I bring in Iron Moth here as Dragonite comes in. Now here, I should have stayed in and just attacked, but I switched out because I was like, I got a gold on a balloon. That should be enough. But he goes for Terra Blast Fly immediately. I was like, ooh, fuck. I go for Make It Rain here just to chip because I had a plan. All right, here's my plan. I Make It Rain here. Then I go hard into my Ursaluna, which has a Custap Berry. He goes for his attack afterwards. Ursaluna's at 25%, and I kill him with Blood Moon. The perfect plan. So I Make It Rain here. It goes for Dragon Dance. All right. Now I go hard into my Ursaluna as Terra Blast comes out, but it does 74 instead of 75. So when that shit happened, I was like, oh, I'm fucked, because the shit needs to do 75 for Custap Berry to activate. So I was like, ooh, fuck. Ooh. And then Dragonite went fucking brazy. I'm not gonna hold you. The shit went left before it went right. The shit went left. Dude, I don't understand how. I thought the shit was gonna do 75, but it did 74.6. I remember I hovered over the shit, and then I was like, bruh, I'm goobed. I was like, I'm goobed, bruh. I was like, oh no. Dragonite comes in, it's fucking DD Encore, and then it has Brick Break and shit. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Dude, I got fucking ass blasted, but at least I killed something, so I didn't get 6-0'd. Anyways, this right here, this was a drug-induced loss. This was a drug-induced loss. I blame this on the Germans. I'm not gonna hold you. I blame it on the Germans. Because I was out, you know, I was in their country partying for a week. I didn't play no Pokemon. And then I hopped off the plane and I got owned by fucking Dragonite. So, if I could go back and change something about this game, honestly, I think I did a masterclass donation to him. If I'm being for real, I think I actually just served him up a W. So, honestly, I gotta blame the the country, because you know I was off that. But this right here, this was not good. This was not good. Scientists will have to study this one down the line and think about what happened in this game. So Dragonite came in here. It went for Terra Blast Fly. It went for Brick Break. It was Hawlucha in this bitch. And I was like, yo, let me show you some Pokemon. And I laid them up for him and I let him do his thing. I have some regrets from this battle. A lot of things could have been changed. This right here though, this was a dishonest. These plays by me. These plays by me this game. Sheesh. Alright. Next up, Generation 7 in the chronological order. Not gonna lie. After that game, I was like, damn, I don't know if I got any wins in me. That shit right there was a brutality. But you know what? It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we go out looking oof. Anyways, let me switch sides. I got a Medicham team on this team. You know, I had to use Medicham for the fans. Medicham, I use it every now and then in Generation 7. It's not my favorite. The reason it's not my favorite is because Alakazam is usually just better. But Medicham, it's pretty shice. There's nothing as satisfying as clicking high jump kick on the, you know, without any, what's it called? Without any hesitation, predicting their switch, Ice Punch, etc. on the switch to Landorus T. I got this team from my boy Lax. I had no Gen 7 teams that I was really fucking with. I said, dude, give me some offensive shit. And he gave me this team. I looked at the 6. I'm like, yeah, this looks like a very regular team that I probably have brought to tournament in the past. I literally have used this type of team in tournament like 100 times, except I'd have like a Charizard over Medicham. And then I've probably used this so many times. Anyways, his team, it's beat up Weavile Choice Band, because this is literally the most obvious beat up of all time. Yeah, I see that in the chat. You're spitting. This is the most obvious beat up of all times. The average attack stat of his team is 100 million, so it's a Choice Band Weavile lead. Personally, I don't like this team that much. I've played against this team. I've used it. I don't think it's a bad team, but I don't like it. Maybe I do think it's a bad team. I mean, a team is only as good as its player, so you can win with anything in Generation 7. So if you're nice, you'll win with this team, but I don't like it too much. Shout out Hibiki for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Anyways, I got a Medicham, regular. I got Z-Move Greninja, I think. I don't even remember what my team was, to be honest with you. I guess we'll find out. So he leads off with Landorus T as I lead off with my own Landorus T. I'm definitely Scarf then. Yeah, okay. So if I led Landorus, I'm Scarf because I have no skill. I'm the type to just lead off with Landorus T Scarf. I go hard Medicham here as he goes for HP Ice turn 1. I expected him to just go for Rocks or U-turn. If I was him, I would have U-turned, but maybe he thought I was Rocks. Either way, Landorus lead works. Now I'm like, bet, it's time to high jump kick, because that's what you do with Medicham. You bring it in, you click high jump kick, you don't click Ice Punch. I go for HJK, but this piece of shit misses immediately. I'm like, dude, fuck that shit. How's that even possible, right? So this piece of shit Medicham instantly misses after I make that shice play. I'm like, Medicham, you're not him, dude. You're fucking ass. Well, technically this one's female, so this is her, but Medicham, you're shit. And so I miss immediately. I was like, dude, come on. Have some respect. I switch out. I bring in my Zapdos here as Garchomp comes in. Kieran Black comes in here as I believe I switch out myself into my Greninja expecting Rocks. I don't have HP Ice, so I had to switch into Greninja because I was like, I don't want him getting up Rocks for free on me. I need my Greninja to start putting up some pressure of itself. I bring in Grunt. I go for a Spike as he goes for Fusion Bolt, which is an insane play. I would have just gone for the Z move there because he has the Z move. This is the Z move, man. And Z kills something on the team. Maybe he thought I would go immediately for Specs Dark Pulse, but this is definitely not the play. Anyways, he goes for Fusion Bolt. I was really expecting to lose my Gren. I was like, I just need to get some type of hazard up so I can push something. Anyways, though, he goes for Fusion Bolt. I was like, hell yeah. Anyways, now I go into Feeny because I'm like, you're probably going to Ice Beam here, as he does Ice Beam. So somehow I get out of this situation unscathed. Protean Greninja's the GOAT. Scizor comes in here as I go for a Moonblast. My Feeny is pretty fast, 255 speed, so I'm already going to be faster than even the fastest possible Scizor. And then also Kyurem Black on this team, sometimes they run a very HP invested set. So I know there's a chance my Tapu Fini is just faster than his Kyurem Black as well. So we got this guy in here. He goes for a little, you know, Scizor Mega Evolution action as I go for a Surf knowing he's going to U-turn out. Now his Scizor's at 37% with the spike up. I was like, oh yeah, it's looking good, Chief. It's looking good. Kartana comes in here. Now, I know because I have Zapdos, he's either going to knock off or he's going to double into Weavile. There's no other play from him. I know that there's not going to be no Leaf Blade. I figured, yeah, maybe it could be Swords Dance, but because we've seen that the Landorus is leftovers, that only really lets the cart be Scarf or Choice Band. So I was like, fuck it. He's going to go for knockoff or he's going Weavile, so I'll just stay in here. He does go to Weavile, trying to do some greedy play. I would have just knocked off in his position rather than gone Weavile, because if I do stay in there, then he doesn't lose his cart. He just loses 50%. But no, he definitely just loses his shit there. He goes into Scizor, but I'm Taunt Calm Mind Tapu Fini. So now my Tapu Fini is going brazy on his team. I'm able to go for a Surf here. Scizor's down to 14%. I'm like, yo, it's looking good. It's looking good for my guy. Kartana comes in here, takes another spike. I switch out into my Zapdos this time as he goes for a Leaf Blade. Does 20%. Rocky Helmet, no static, but it doesn't matter. I don't need static here. I believe I double into my Medicham, knowing that he's going to go into either Garchomp or Landorus. And here I was like, you know what? I don't mind going for Ice Punch. I'm at 28%, but my dumbass didn't take into account that Helmet Chomp does 29% to you with physical attacks. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to kill Chomp or whatever with Ice Punch, and I still live. But I actually died. This was actually bad. I kind of wanted my Medicham. But I don't think that there was going to be a way for me to keep Medicham. He was always going to sack his Garchomp into it. But I would have liked to keep Medicham for the Kyurem Black. You'll see. So Kartana comes in, but that spike is working overtime at this point. He doubles into his Kyurem Black, knowing that I'm pretty likely to go into my Zapdos, which is a good play on his part. I Volt Switch out here, though. I know my Zapdos is faster. Now, Volt Switch doing 9 confirms my fears that this Kyurem B is max HP and has a goob ton of Spadef. This is like some new set that they be running. You know, back when I was running Gen 7, they were not running no Spadef fucking Kyurem Black, but that's what they be running now. They be running some Spadef ass Kyurem Black that takes 9% from Volt Switch. This shit is outrageous. I go into my Greninja. He makes a good play and he Fusion Bolts and he just knocks it out, expecting either this or my other guy to come in. Now Landorus T comes in here. I go for a Gyro Ball. You know, I do that big chipper. Big chipper. Some nice damage there. You know, 29% as he defogs. I just get my rocks back up. The Landorus is defog, which makes sense on this team because it is so fucking weak to spikes. I'm going to keep going for Stealth Rock as Scizor comes in here. Scizor coming in is not that big of a deal because I can just bring in my Zapdos. And now I was like, oh shit, he's pretty weak to fucking Zapdos. He has no switch into my Heat Waves. Kyurem Black, he could have Roost, but I'm not too worried about that because I can just Volt Switch into my Feeny with Moonblast. I got my Landorus with Stone Edge. It's not the end of the world. Kyurem Black comes in on my Heat Wave. It does 20% because this bitch is full spec D, as we've already seen. Feeny comes in here as he goes for a Fusion Bolt. I'm like, ooh, fuck. It does 72%. But because this shit took 9%, I know that it's fucking lowest speed possible. So my Feeny's able to kill it right there. And then after that, my Zapdos is pretty much set to sweep him. So he goes into Landorus, and my Zapdos just sweeps him. Alright, perfect. Now we got Gen 6. I'm not going to hold you. This shit is so long, bro. This game is so long. So I brought this team. I'm not going to hold you. This is one of my favorite Gen 6 teams. I never lose with this team. I never lose with this shit. This team is amazing. It's the best. It's an epic team. So we're playing Generation 6, right? This is the oldest metagame ever. You know, 10 years old in this bitch. Dude, this game is really long. I'm not going to hold you. Basically, I double in my Keldeo a bunch of times. I get off a lot of attacks. I bring Keldeo back in. I get this turn wrong. Zapdos comes in. I Volt Switch. Skarmory comes in. I Thunder Wave that ass. I go Zapdos because I have defog. I bring this guy in. I trade rocks. I Zen Headbutt here for no fucking reason. I get Whirlwinded into Clef. Bring in my Keldeo and Heatran, but he has Protect. Brings in Clefagrigus. I go Clefable. I knock off his Clefable. I Calm Mind. I Moonblast the Heatran. I knock off. He goes to Lopunny on my Calm Mind. Tries to Encore me. Dude, this shit is really long. Like, this is 100 turns plus. But I'm gonna go into my Keldeo here again. I'll be taking that Goob chip. Goes into Gastrodon. I go for HP Grass on the switch, but the shit fucking lives. Gastrodon needs to be fucking banned. I go into Zapdos here as he goes into Skarmory. I predict that shit. I'm like, oh, I'm like that. Gastrodon comes in here as I go for a Defog. Okay. I switch out. I bring in my Keldeo. Clefagrigus comes in here. I miss Hydro Pump. If I hit Hydro Pump there, I just won the game instantly because I would kill every mon with Secret Sword. But of course I miss. Of course I miss. I go into this guy. I get on my rocks. I bring in Keld. Go for Sword here. He should get full paired. No dice. I go Zapdos. Clefagrigus comes in. Keldeo comes in on Gastro. Clef comes in on Clefagrigus. Gastrodon comes in again. I Calm Mind. I knock the shit off. That's a good trade for me. I start doing some chip damage. Calm Mind. Keldeo comes in. Gastrodon comes in. I think I go for Water Move. Yeah, so he gets me that turn. I go Chansey again. Feel me? I bring in my Metagross again. Double back into my Specs Keldeo. This Specs Keldeo balance be putting in that work. I go for HP Grass here. It does a decent amount. I go Metagross on Skarm. Back to Keld as the Iron Heads. Gastrodon. I think I'm going for a Water Move here. Yes. Mungus comes in. Clefable comes in. Metagross comes back in on Knockoff. Double into Keldeo, but he predicts me there. So I'm like, okay, now I've lost for sure. I go into my Zapdos here. Skarmory comes in. But I was like, oh, I'm definitely goobed without my trusty Keldeo. I bring in my Metagross here, right? I have my bro in. I Earthquake. He brings in Gastrodon for no reason here as I Zen Headbutt. I was expecting him to choke. Unfortunately, he did. So, he sacks his Gastrodon. I bring in Zapdos here. I think I go Clef here as he doubles into Gastrodon. Yup. And now I go for what? Moonblast? Yup. Brings in Lopunny as I go for Calm Mind. Skarmory comes in here as I go into a Moongus. It's a good play by him. I bring in Zapdos. I think he Rollins me out. I was like, ooh, fuck. I'm low. Lopunny comes in here on Calm Mind. I gotta be very careful of this. Goes for that. Heatran comes in here. I think he should have just returned and killed my Zapdos. That's what I was sacking here. I expected to lose this battle, but he switches out for some reason. I roost up as he goes for Lava Plume, but all I needed to do was make sure I live the rock switch in. So now I'm able to Volt Switch out. So somehow Zapdos comes back from the dead. Chansey's back in here. I'm like, okay, let me put on that big Chansey Presh, aka Clefable. Clefable comes back in to attempt Calm Mind Sweep number 46 of this battle. He gets full parried there. I'm like, alright, full para for sure here, go. But it doesn't happen. Heatran comes in here. I knock it off on the switch. I'm like, that's perfect. Calm Mind again, but this shit has Roar. I was like, hey, yo, not Roar. Mungus is in here now. I switch out. I'm like, no way I'm getting Lava Plume by this. He roars me again. I'm like, oh shit, it's doing big chip. Anyways, I know he's going to protect here. I go for Earthquake. I'm wondering if I double into Zapdos here on Skarm. I'm like that. I'm like that. So I go into my Zapdos here. I'm like, phew. I roost. I get my bro back to a healthy amount of HP, finally. I'm like, okay, Zapdos, you were supposed to die 2 different times, but now you're back. He stays in on Heat Wave there to spike, which was definitely insane. Heatran comes in here as I Heat Wave into it, but it's fine because I have a whole ass Chansey. Gastrodon comes in here. Here, I didn't calc Heat Wave, but Heat Wave actually has a chance to kill, so I should have gone for it, but I didn't. But it has a chance to kill. I just assumed it didn't kill. I'm ass. Skarm comes in here. I fucking predict his life that he's going to decide to bring in Skarm for no reason except to try and get this recover off. But I read his life and I Volt Switch there. I'm him. So I kill that thing there and I'm like, oh shit. Chance? Well played. So he knocks off my shit, but I Thunder Wave his shit on the switch. And now I'm like, oh nah, short circuiting is happening. And then we go to turn 100. But he short circuited by sacking his Skarmory and his Gastrodon. Sometimes these games, they go too many turns and people start short circuiting. You know, you got to be patient. It's not Generation 9 where every game ends in 10 turns. You know, some of these games, you got to go the mile. Feel me? So, Calm Minds again. A Thunder Wave, that ass. I go into a Moongus, he knocks off my Black Sludge. I go Heatran on Chansey. A Seismic Toss. I go Clef, he goes into his own Clef. I keep going to my Chansey. Feel me? Because I'm just trying to pressure his team. I know bit by bit, a Moongus can Giga Drain and kill every mon. Because I beat this 1v1, I Giga Drain this. Heatran no longer has leftovers. I'm going to Giga Drain Heatran 5 times and kill it. I know what's going to happen. I know Heatran's fate. I know he's going to switch out here, so I go for Defog, which works out. He goes into Lopunny, I just Volt Switch out, bring in my Moongus. I get my Giga Drain off again. Oh no, I go back into Zap though, so on Heatran. I'm like that. Goes Gastro, I Volt Switch. I bring in Chansey on Scald. I bring in Clefable on Scald. I bring in Chansey on Clefable. At this point, I can't lose. It's like I even have Heal Bell on my Chansey, so I'm never worried about status. Here I finally Spore, because I'm like, whatever. I Giga Drain. I can't lose. Oh, here it almost gets shiesty. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Alright, I Moonblast here, right? I do some damage. Calm Minds. I Moonblast, right? I'm like, oh, I already won. Watch this. Oh my god, the crit, but I fucking live. It was almost too shiest. Woohoo! But then my Clefable wins, and I'm like, wow. No, that was epic. So, let me tell you something about Gen 6. That shit be... Whew, you gotta be ready to... You gotta be ready to go the extra mile. The extra mile. Feel me? So, yup. Sorry for that 147 turn game. That shit is crazy. I know. I know. That shit is crazy. Alright. Next up we have OU. Back to it. I brought Sun this time. I like a Sun team. I like using Walking Wake. Everybody knows that. It's one of my favorites. I got this team. This is pretty standard. This is a standard Sun team. You really won't see too much variation when it comes to a balanced Sun team. I think balanced Sun is bad now though. I think you want to have like a more offensive Sun. Like some Heatran or Ceruledge type beat. Anyways, I'm using the Sun. All things considered, I had a pretty good matchup. I was like, okay, I should be able to just kill everything with my Walking Wake. I was like, yep, looking at it, only has one solid water resist. So I'll lead off with my Walking Wake, because I'm like, fuck it, it's time to cook. It leads off with Zapdos. I go for Drake, but it doesn't kill, and I get Thunder Wave. Now I'm going to tell you right now, this has got to be in my top 5 worst plays of all time in my life. I'll tell you why I did this turn. Because in a tournament a couple months ago in World Cup, I made this play, and the Zapdos died in one hit. So my brain was conditioned to think that them shits will all die. Then this shit lived. And then I looked up the roll, and the roll is like only a 25% chance to kill. So the long story short, I have CTE. I'm telling you right now. So this has got to be on my top 5 worst plays. Because I remember I was like, ooh, this is some self-sabotage. So I start the game off with goob self-sabotage. I was like, oh, I definitely fucked that shit up badly. Because my shit KO'd every single mon. But then I was like, let me just sack it right here instead. I go for rocks. All good. My Torkoal's in. Volt switches out. But my Torque is Spadef, so I'm not too worried about anything. What do I click here? Yawn? Yeah, I go for Yawn, which is good because I can force Tinglu to have to switch. It brings back in the Zapdos as I go into my Walking Wake. Because I'm like, hey, yo. I got my Walking Wake paired. He Volt switches out. He gets some decent chip. I go for Drake because I know he's going to go into Rillaboom. I'm not going to Hydro Steam. It's too obvious. And we kill Rillaboom there, which is cool. But I mean, Rillaboom is useless for him. He doesn't really need it. But this is what I mean where I was like, dude, why did I stay in? Because I would have just Hydro Steamed 5 times and killed this whole fucking team. But I fucking stayed in turn 1 and I sacked it. This is donation, bro. That was the worst fucking turn of all time. Anyways, I go into my fucking guy here because it's the only pivot. And I know he's going to Shadow Ball or make it rain. And this is fine. Now I go into my Roaring Moon expecting him to either Nasty Plout or switch into Tinglu. Goes into Tinglu. I mean, I can get a good chip here with U-turn. I think I do like 36. And I bring in my Great Tusk as he gets up a spike. Then I go into Torkoal expecting Zap or... Yeah, I think I just expected the Zapdos. In comes in my Roaring Moon as he goes for what? Hurricane? And fucking hits in the sun. Insane fucking play. But I go for Outrage here because I'm like, let me get some chip and keep this thing low so that I can win with my Great Tusk. Thunder Waves me again. Both switches out. Brings in Great Tusk. Gets a defense boost, I think. But I do some chip, which is good. 39. I bring in my own Great Tusk knowing that he's going to rapid spin. Or knock. Oh, I guess it goes for knockoff. But I had heavy duty boost, so it didn't matter. Now I go for bulk up. And he goes for Ice Spinner. And then I think I go for Ice Spinner of my own on the switch to gold. Yup, I break the gold's balloon. Now here, yo, I thought my fucking Great Tusk was faster than Zapdos because it lived the Draco. So in my head, I was like, it's a defensive Zapdos. But then it was fucking max speed and it outsped and KO'd me. So I was like, hey, yo, I'm finished. I'm finished. I didn't have a favorable Terra type. I was Terra Fire, so I would have died to Hurricane either way. Otherwise, if I was like Terra Steel or something like that, I would have probably Terra'd that turn and gone for the win. But anyways, I thought he was some super defensive shit because he lived my Wake's attack. I gotta start doing them calcs. I'm not gonna hold you. Anyways, I go outside. I encore this shit. The fucking Zapdos puts on a LeBron James Miraidon performance. I wish I go into Torkoal here. Wish it back to full. The U-turns out. Brings in Great Tusk as I go for what? Flamethrower? Yawn. Sneasler comes back in here as I go for Flamethrower. Corviknight comes in on Fake Out. I just U-turn. Yup. I bring in my Wake, but he just Dazzling Gleams at this point and kills me. And I'm like, ooh, fuck. I bring in my Blood Moon Jr. Go for Iron Head. But at this point, I'm Goob to Golden Go. Yeah, I lose to Gold. And that's going to be that. So, this is definitely a donated game. All I had to do was lead off Torkoal instead of Wake, and I definitely would have smoked him. But I'm going to tell you right here, I'm ass. That's all I can really say about that one. Donated game for sure. I got to put that in my bottom 5 plays of all time. Is this the next one chronologically? October 15th, October 22. This is October. Yeah, I guess this is my next one chronologically. I think after that, I didn't play anybody for Masters next round. I think. I just have this RU bullshit is the in-betweens. But I'm not going to show you this Woach Fest until the end. Look at these teams I'll be using. They got fraud mons, so you got to see them at the end. Like, I like Oricorio, V12. That's on his team, though. See what I mean, though? We got a lot of weirdo mons, so, like, we can only show this at the end. It's, like, not safe for work content type shit. You know what I mean? Alright, anyways. So, I do a fucking Salvation Army Red Cross double trouble play that game, and I fucking donate the win. I'm fucking ass. I'm not gonna hold you. Streets saw that, and they were like, yo, sell, sell, sell. He fell off. I was like, no, I didn't. It was simply a drug-infused coma that I was in, and I started making some questionable decisions mid-game. Shit happens. Don't be mad. Be glad. It is what it is. Okay, so next game, the next Gen 9 OU game. I got this team from my boy Vert. He was like, bruh, use my HO hyper offense. So my boy Vertical Triple X passed me this team. It's pretty strong. I mean, I played on the ladder with it for like 3 games. I was like, it looks pretty strong. It has a nice Samurai. I'll never not use Samurai. Everybody knows that Samurai's my favorite guy. But I had to shake back. I kept getting goobed. I was like, dude, I keep losing. I'm ass. I'm like, I'm just not using my brain at all. But to be honest, if I had to go back and look at the games I lost, I would say that I just didn't give any opponents any credit. Like, I just assume my opponents will play like bots, which is on me. So that's definitely on me. Anyways, I got this fucking Samurai team. It's about what you think. A bunch of strong dudes. SD Gambit, Tailglow Manaphy, Booster Energy Val, and Booster Energy Moth. And the Landorus is the cool set. It's Fling, Light Ball. So watch this. I lead off with my Landorus. It leads off. Iron Valiant gets paralyzed there. Fling Light Ball works out perfectly. And then I go for a nice Stealth Rock. So basically, our lead did the job perfectly. They saying I'm lagging. I'm not lagging. I'm not lagging. You're lagging. If you're watching the stream, you're lagging. No, the stream is not dead. The stream is alive. Is it dead? I'm trying to revive it with my brain. Trying to revive it with my brain. Is it? Did it come back? Did my sheer willpower and determination revive the stream? Wow. Incredible. If you're watching the stream right now, I need you to like it immediately. Immediately. We're so close to 500 likes, but actually we need 600 likes. I see a lot of you in the chat. Are you ready for the agency? Become a member today and join the agency Discord too. I see a lot of new faces. I like that. Amazing Wi-Fi. Hey, this Wi-Fi, it's not my responsibility. You know what I mean? We be having bad Wi-Fi. It's not my fault. It's New York's fault. 900 answers in the poll, but only 400 likes. That's what I'm saying. There's some deceit. There's some fraud going on. Anyways, so if you guys saw, my Landers came in here. It got the shenane off. It flung the light ball in his face, paralyzed him. You know, it's pretty crazy, but Landers is a gigantic tiger cat. If it scratches you, you probably will end up paralyzed for the rest of your life. That's just a sad reality of dealing with wild animals. So be careful out there. Don't go outside. Anyways, I'm bringing my Iron Valiant here. I click Calm Mind because I know he's going to switch out into Toxapex, because why else would you have a Toxapex? You use Toxapex so you can beat Iron Valiant. Anyways, he comes in here. He takes rocks, so I know he's not boots. And I'm like, okay, he's not helmet. He's Assault Vest. Because this structure of team exists with King Gambit over Ogerpon and Assault Vest Slowking over Toxapex. If this isn't Assault Vest, my Dragapult comes in and would click Shadow Ball 86 times. You can't run this type of team without some type of Spadef shit. Well, I like Gambit. I don't even think Ogerpon Rock is good. I think this shit is fucking garbage, but to each their own. He had his own strategy for it. I get it. He has Rapid Spin, Great Tusk, and Court Change Cinderace. So in theory, the Sturdy will always be activated if you don't take any hits. But still, when I use this style of team, I have Slowking G here, and I have King Gambit here. So I go for Calm Mind. I turn into a Steel type. I Calm Mind again because I know he's Assault Vest. He goes for Sludge Bomb. That's why I turned into a Steel type, because I know he's going to Sludge Bomb. I was like, fuck it. We'll just go for the win right here immediately. So I go for Calm Mind again as he switches into this, now realizing that I'm going to go for +6. He goes for Specs Vacuum Wave, which is crazy. I did not expect that. It does 45%, which is quite a bit. So Specs actually has some utility. He brings in Dragonite here, but then I read his life and I go for Focus Blast here, expecting Terra Normal. I mean, he doesn't have another play. I guess it could have been like Terra Flying or some bullshit, but if Terra's exhausted and I Focus Blast, I just fucking Moonblast the turn after anyways. The point is, I know he has the Terra, so I go for Focus Blast and I'm like, shit, I hope he's normal Terra. And then I fuck his shit up with Focus Blast and he dies. And then he goes to Cinderace, but I just Focus Blast this too, because I'm like, shit, if I hit one, perhaps I'll hit two. And then I said GG, and he lost. And so that was that. And so Iron Valiant came out and he won. So after all the losing, all I had to do was bring my trusty Iron Valiant, and the shit did not let me down. My best friend Iron Valiant came back in and it helped me win. So I came back. It was almost Jover, but then Iron Valiant came back and just Focus Blasted his ass. And so that was pretty good. So good job, Iron Valiant. You deserve a thumbs up. The agency is a fan. So Focus Blast, the thingy, he attacked me there, or did he DD? Probably he attacked. Either way, we got rid of that shit. Terra Steel Valiant clutched it out. I like Terra Steel a lot for this reason. You're able to set up on Slowking, Toxapex, usually, and then also you resist E-Speed. Can't go wrong. And then I hit Focus Blast. Good job, Iron Valiant. You deserve a high five. Dude, this is my old reliable. This shit never lets me down. Never. Alright, next up, some Gen 6 Heat. I'm using this team I got quite a while ago from my boy Devin. He made some shiest HO and he passed it to me. I was like, dude, this is a good team. I like this team. I used this team in a tournament last year and I destroyed the guy I played. So I'm like, fuck it, let me bring it again. I'm up against someone named Burrito. I believe this guy is a streamer. Shouts to him. One of my boys, Auntie, is a big fan of him. But, yep, I got this guy. We were both in the 3-0 bracket, meaning we had not lost yet. I was looking at his team. I was like, this is a pretty good team. I saw his replays from before. I was like, seems like a pretty standard, decent player. I don't really know what to expect from people team-wise, so I just expect them to bring some standard good shit. Also, he was 3-0, so I knew he would be pretty decent regardless, like, of the team he brings, you know what I mean? So, looking at the team, I was like, okay, this is pretty strong. Weavile is annoying for me. Volcanion is semi-annoying for me. Lopunny, if it's Ice Punch, is definitely annoying for me. and Zapdos if its HP Ice is annoying for me. I don't have a Fairy Resist on this team, but just attack more and you should be fine. So that is the name of the game here. So let's get right into it. I lead off with my Azumarill, hoping that he would elect to lead off with either Lopunny or Clefable or Weavile, but he leads Zapdos. Him leading Zapdos tells me immediately that it's definitely HP Ice Zapdos, because he expected my Garchomp lead, or I guess whatever. He HP Ices on the switch immediately. I go into my Thundurus. I'm not going to go hard Garchomp because, again, if he HP Ices, I don't want to take that. My Garchomp also needs to stay healthy for his fucking Lopunny. Zapdos is a gigantic threat, though. A Volt Switch out here, I do 35%, and I bring in my Serp as he just HP Ices again. He doesn't lose anything by spamming HP Ice. I don't have anything to take on Electric, Fire, Ice coverage. I know I'd probably live Heat Wave, though, with like 1%. He goes for a Roost here. I'm like, alright, bet. Let me get some damage off. I Leaf Storm again. I get the Zapdos down to 48% without losing any Pokemon, so it could have been a lot worse. Anyways, Weavile comes in here. Now here I'm thinking he'll probably just go for Ice Skull Crash. I wasn't sure if I should stay in on Pursuit or if he would Pursuit, but I was pretty sure he would Ice Skull Crash, so I just decided to switch out. But honestly, he reads my life and he goes for Pursuit. Last time I used this team, I had the exact same situation where the dude had the Weavile, but I stayed in on Pursuit. But I thought it would be too early and he wouldn't have needed to do it. But he makes a great play there and he Pursuits, predicting me to switch out and gets rid of my Superior. That's why we need Pursuit to come back to this metagame, because you can make shiest plays like that and trap big threats to your team. So anyway, he makes a great play, Pursuits my shit, gets rid of it. I don't have a sturdy Ice Resist. It's really just a Azumarill and Bisharp. Which is why I was like, okay, maybe he'll just elect to go for Ice Skull Crash. I really don't have any sturdy switch. But because he goes for Pursuit, I know he's Choice Banded, and now Garchomp can come in and go for Stealth Rock, so that's exactly what I do. Azumarill comes in afterwards now on the Stealth Rock, and I go for a Play Rough. He knows I'm not going to go for Waterfall because he has Volcanion, so bringing in Drill's a good play. It still does 57%, so that's great for me. Goes for Substitute. I don't know why he went for Substitute, to be honest. Maybe he expected Thundurus. I really don't know why he went for Sub, though. But yeah, I know here he's probably going to Rapid Spin, so I go Garchomp because I'm Helmet. So he Rapid Spins, and unfortunately, I do enough to kill him with Helmet plus Rough Skin. So he definitely self-sabotaged with those plays. Sub he just didn't need to do. But anyways, I bring in Bisharp here on Ice Skull Crash because I need to keep Garchomp for Lopunny. It does fucking 38%, which is outrageous. Here I go for Knockoff. I should have gone for fucking Iron Head, but I was thinking he would go Volcanion, but this was a bad play on my part. I should have just gone for Iron Head, because now I lose my Bisharp for free, and this was a really shit play. I definitely should have fucking Iron Headed, but he definitely gets me there. This is definitely a shit play. I should have Iron Headed the Weavile, because if he switches out, at least I keep my HP. I bring in a Azumarill here. I go for the Play Rough. Does he get static on me? I don't think so. Oh, he does get static. Whatever. Lopunny comes in here. I go into my Garchomp, expecting him to just go for Return or whatever. He goes for Fake Out, does some damage to me. Is this Ice Punch? Yes, it is Ice Punch. So this shit was a goober threat. This shit was definitely a goober threat. I bring in my Alakazam here. I go for what? Protect? I think I have Protect. Yeah, I go for Protect here. As this thing comes in, gets the Ice Shard off. I Shadow Ball here. I get some Chip. And then I believe he brings in Clefable. I think I just go for Psychic. I get a crit here, which definitely matters because he's full spec D from what I can tell by that damage. I Psychic again and knock him out, even though he gets the drop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that mattered though. This Psychic crit, because it does 68. So it probably would have done like 46, 47. Maybe it's a roll, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that crit, without that crit, I wouldn't have 2-hit KO'd him. So, I bring in my Azumarill here on Steam Eruption. This shit takes 33%. This strong bitch goes for Protect. I'm like, hey, yo, this thing is getting all its HP back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill it. I go into my Thundurus here. Unfortunately, my Thundurus doesn't have T-Bolt. It only has Volt Switch. I can't Volt Switch there into my Alakazam. I need Alakazam for Lopunny. So I Thunder Wave him. I then Focus Blast. He goes for Protect. I go for Psychic. He lives and he kills me. I'm not going to hold you. I got outplayed the majority of this game if I had to go back and look at the turns. I don't think many of the turns went my way. I think I had a pretty good matchup. Or at least like a even matchup. Like he has threats for my team, but I can circumvent those deaths by getting more plays right. So if I had to go back and look at this game, I would say that I definitely just got outplayed in this particular game. I don't regret the team I brought. It's not too defensively sound, but if you get more attacks off, you can usually win any matchup. So I think I just had to play in a way where I got more attacks off. I just didn't play optimally looking back at this game. So that's definitely what, if I look back at this game. Anyways, next game. So I didn't have any of my Gen 8 teams, so I brought this old DD Dragonite team with Scarf or Shifu that I used to like. I'm not going to hold you though. This team is kind of fucking ass, but I like this team. It's just like one of those teams. You know what I mean? You just like the team, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna load it up. It's like one of those. We kind of have similar structure, I guess. It's just offense versus offense. I have Lele Shifu. He has Lele Shifu. This is a core as old as time. You know what it is. They both break for each other. You U-turn with their Shifu. You bring in Lele. You know what I'm saying? I got a zone on this bitch because we got a D-Knight. It's basically threats versus threats. Let's get right into it. So, it leads off with Tapu Lele, as I lead off with my own Tapu Lele. He goes for Moonblast. He specs. He drops my special attack. I figured he would drop my special attack. When they're faster, they always drop your special attack. So I go for Nature's Madness instead of Moonblast. It's negligible, the difference in damage. Moonblast from me would have probably done like 55 versus Nature's Madness doing 49. So I just go for that. The shit does 1,000,000% though, as you can see. I get this thing low. The reason I wanted to attack it was so that I could put it in dual wing beat and earthquake range. Melmetal comes in, clicks Toxic on the switch to Tangrowth. We need to make sure that that shit starts getting weakened. I go Landorus T on Sleep Powder, but I dodge Sleep Powder, which is pretty damn lucky. I go for Rocks here because I don't have any switching, and Tangrowth walls fucking 5 of my Pokemon, unfortunately. Landorus, I switch out into Shifu here, knowing that he's going to switch, as his owner Shifu does just come in. Zapdos comes in as I go for U-turn. I'm fucking Scarf Urshifu, which is a terrible set. Only Bandit and pads are good. A Moonblast here, I get off some decent shit. My set is Psyshock, Moonblast, Nature's Madness, Focus Blast. If I had Psychic, I would have gone for it, but unfortunately, my strongest move is just Moonblast here. Drill comes in here. I'm faster than Adamant Drill, but not Jolly Drill, so I'm like, fuck it. Let's see if we're faster. But we're not. I go into Magnezone. Now, the reason I went Magnezone is because I thought I had fucking Magnet Rise. But my shit is not Magnet Rise. So I actually can only Body Press. Dude, once I made this play, I knew I fucked up. Because I thought I was fucking Magnet Rise. If I was Magnet Rise, I would have got +6 defense on that bitch and gone crazy and just killed the drill. But then I get completely fucked because I lose my opportunity to have rocks or any momentum. But I thought I was fucking Magnet Rise. That was shitty. I remember I was playing the game, I was like, oh fuck. I'm fucking Toxic instead of Magnet Rise. So that shit did not work. Anyways, I'm fucking walled still. This is the worst set in the history of the game. I T-Bolt. I do 40%. I don't got Flash Cannon either on this bitch. That's tough, bro. There's a team builder throw, if I'm honest. I U-turn out of Tangrowth here. I'm bringing my Dragonite. Now, I know he's going to go hard into Tyranitar, because if I start Dragon Dancing, Tyranitar can at least come in and Thunder Wave or Toxic me. So I have to EQ the Tyranitar the first time just so I can come back in later. And that works out, fortunately, because we are able to, you know, get the first EQ. But yeah, Magnezone, the shit does no type of work because it's the worst set ever. Toxic, blah, blah, blah. Tries to Toxic me, but I switch out, obviously. I'm not going to set up on Tyranitar. I'm trying to wake up here, but my fucking stupid Landorus won't wake up. I was like, fuck, wake up, dude, because I have Defog. I can get rid of rocks. I go into Melmetal here on Surging Strikes. He chooses not to CC for some reason and brings in Excadrill and sacks it. I don't think he needed to do that. Zapdos comes in here as I bring back in my Landorus. As he Heat Waves. I'm like, wake up, Landorus, wake up. This is your 3rd turn sleeping, but doesn't wake up. This was fucking annoying. I think if I woke up here, I definitely had a chance. I defog, what's it called? Finally, after the 3rd sleep turn, I sack Melmetal here. My owner Shifu comes in, Zapdos comes in. I U-turn into my Landorus. Finally, now I'm able to get these rocks up so I can, you know, make sure that Tyranitar dies and all that good shit. Goes for Psyshock, but I lived that. Not a big deal. In comes Zapdos. Have to die to Heat Wave here. Now I start going for my Dragonite's big day. Goes for Hurricane on me. I Dragon Dance. I'm looking at the game now state and I'm like, okay, it looks like Dragonite can actually win from this position with Dual Wing Beat and Earthquake. I kill the remaining mons. I do the calc on Tangrowth and I should just be able to kill it with the Dual Wing Beat because I'm +1. I go for it. I crit one of them, but judging by that damage, I'm definitely 2-hit KOing the shit. So, yeah, the shit goes down. I drink my Dragonite. I roost here on the Zapdos. I'm going for the +6. He goes for Hurricane. I get confused. I DD again because I'm like, dude, you have to miss a Hurricane at least. I hit myself here. I'm like, oh fuck. But he Hurricanes, which is an insane people play. I go for Roost. He continues to Hurricane. And then I think I fucking hit myself. No, I Roost again. I break out. But he got the No Guard plus Serene Grace on the Hurricane. Then the shit hits itself and gets Hurricaned again. And I'm like, Dragonite, you fucking dumbass idiot Pokemon. But whatever. This is Gen 8. This is literally a shit game. So you gotta just expect that type of shit. I probably could have done something differently. But I don't know, bro. Dragonite, he got goobed. But yeah, the plan was to get +6 on Zapdos. And then, but unfortunately this shit got confusion to death. I mean, the odds are there. Over time. I don't know, dude. Dragonite, you tried your best. But you were too high Q. Anyways, yeah, odds were definitely in my favor to win this end with Dragonite. But that's what happens, bro. When I use Hurricane, miss all of them. When I play it, confused to death. But anyways, I got outplayed in Generation 6, so I wasn't too like, oh fuck, I should have fucking got another game because I didn't play too good as a whole. So it is what it is. All right, next game. Back to Generation 9. Feel me? Knight tried his best, but he was kind of frauding. He was high key frauding. All right, so I got this team Terrain plus Roaring Moon. Basically, it's like fuck Blood Moon. Now we got Roaring Moon. So once Blood Moon got banned, the natural progression was you just run Roaring Moon. I stole this team from Zav GB. He's a great player. Played him a couple times before this year. My opponent, Piyush21, he got a pretty weird team. I was gonna say strong team, but the shit is weird. Moltres G is not a real Pokemon. The shit is some fish type Pokemon. Scizor is also a semi-real Pokemon, but not totally real. But you can see that we have the same combo. Rilla Sneasler, which takes no skill to run. This is definitely the lowest IQ, highest payoff core in the metagame today. I was like, fuck it, let's load it up. Roaring Moon was about to get banned too, so I'm like, bro, let's use Roaring Moon. Anyways, this team is cool. It has a Sash Dragapult on it, so it piqued my curiosity. And the rest of it is really what you'd expect. I guess there's an AV Rillaboom. So I like this team and I stole it because I thought the sets were kind of unique. And Tusk, or maybe Moltres, but it was really just Rillaboom I was expecting. So I let off with Heatran. Leads off a great Tusk. It's booster speed lead, so I'm like, oh, you're Stealth Rock, whatever. I expected his Tusk to be bulk up, not lead speed booster. I go for Magma Storm because this shit is not close combat. I go for Magma Storm, I hit, then he rapid spins and he dies immediately. I'm like, bet that shit worked out pretty good for me. I get rid of Great Tusk off the rip immediately. Manaphy comes in. I'm like, okay, this is whatever. I'm gonna go hard into my Rillaboom. I cannot let Manaphy set up. Looking at the composition of his team, I was pretty damn sure that this was gonna be a Tail Glow Manaphy and not an Acid Armor Manaphy. Just because it's a hyper offensive team. He doesn't have time for that Acid Armor shit. Plus, his other Pokemon like Moltres and Sneasler are pretty Terra reliant. And that Acid Armor Manaphy is super Terra reliant. So I don't really think he would want to go that route. Oh, shout out to my man in the chat with the dono. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for showing love. Blood Moon got yoinked from OU. Now Roaring Moon got banned too. Who's on OU Council? Yo, there are a lot of them are going to get banned. A lot of the Moon Pokemon, just get ready. They need to drop another Ursaluna. That's right, we need a third Ursaluna form. Ursaluna Sun. Or Blood Sun. Some shit like that. Ursaluna Sun God form. Fuck it. We need Ursaluna Sun God form. That's the next joint, naturally. Yeah, I might have just cooked. Lunatone X. Whatever, anyways. So he gets Manaphy called Yankee. This is definitely, you know, a threat. Yankee, New York Yankees. He's trying to talk shit. I'm bringing Rillaboom here. I'm Assault Vest. not choice banded, which is annoying, because if I was choice banded, I'd just grassy glide and cook his ass. So I expect to just take an ice beam here and die, but do a lot with grassy glide. I do 70%, but he's the only tail glow Manaphy in the world that's not ice beam. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you not have ice beam? But then I'm like, hell yeah. So here, I'm like, wow, I can go for U-turn for free because this handicapped Manaphy cannot even 2-hit KO me with any move. Assault Vest Rillaboom goes crazy there. Here I'm like, wow, this is epic. Watch these high IQ plays. I'm Sash Dragapult. So I U-turn in, get the 1 turn of Grassy, and then I kill the mana, get another turn, and then bring my Sash back to full. I'm like, wow, I'm literally the smartest player of all time. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. I Hex, I knock it out, right? I'm like, oh my god, I'm back to full. But the EVs are wrong, and I'm actually at 316 out of 317 HP. When I saw this, I dropped to my knees when I log in. I said, dude, when I saw this, I was like, bruh, what's wrong with me, bruh? Why do I have CTE, bruh? So yeah, I'm fucking stupid. I'm like, bruh, nar. So another team building error, bruh. I'm not him. I'm not him. I'm like, fuck. I turned into Blundurkio and I fell to my knees. Anyways, he brings in this fried bacon bullshit, John Cena, Moltres Galar. I'm like, fuck it. You got a threat in here? Let me show you what I got. I go for Thunderwave. He gets full parrot. I'm like, boom. Nice. Now my Sash really is back in here. I go into Roaring Moon because I'm like, dude, I need to stop this threat from being a threat. But I Thunderwaved it for a reason. It was never going to sweep me. I go into Roaring Moon. He switches out. He's shitting bricks. I go for Acrobatics. What else am I going to do? I kill that thing immediately. I'm like, good job, Roaring Moon. He brings in Sneasler. He terastallizes immediately as I go for Acrobatics, and I fucking crit him, and I knock him out immediately. Bruh, that was epic. Dude, it didn't matter, though, because I was just going to kill him with Grassy Glide, and I have Terra Poison Sneasler. I'm going to be honest with you. I won this game when I clicked Thunder Wave on Moltres Galar. This shit did not matter. This shit, when I Thunder Waved this shit, the game already ended. Anyways, so I crit this thing right here, and it dies. In comes J Balvin, I knock it off, but the Roaring Moon has HP and defense EVs, so we live +2 bullet punch with ease. It does no damage. I knock him off again. Roaring Moon's going brazy. He brings back in his Moltres. I Terra here to get the goob damage off. I do 88%. He goes for a rest, meaning he's Agility, Nasty Plot, Fiery Wrath, Rest. This is an insane set. I don't know how you can run mono attack dark move in a Gambit Roaring Moon meta, but this shit was never beating me when I had all these fighting types. Anyways, I go for Acrobatics again. I know afterwards I'll just kill it with Glide, but I just crit that shit too, just to get the schmicks. Oh, let me tell you something. God wanted me to 6-0 his ass. That's why I got all that. All right, that's why it happened that way. Thoughts on hypothetical booster energy ban. Shout out Spin the Block for the dono. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for showing love. I feel like Roaring Moon was peak good without it, but not broken, and was mainly banned because of booster. Booster is definitely fucking cheap, but because booster is only broken on some of the Pokemon, I know that I can say that it shouldn't be banned. It's definitely cheap, but I don't want them to ban booster, because there's shitmons that use booster as well, like my Iron Treads. My Iron Treads should not be hoed, because Iron Valiant and Roaring Moon are too good with booster. Booster's a tough item. It's fucked up, but I wouldn't want them. All the viewers know, you know, I hit them with the schmicks. It get crazy. It get nasty. So anyways, he got schmicks there. That was pretty shite. Shout out Roaring Moon. RIP Sweet Prince. You did your thing. Like the stream for 6-0. So now I'm 2-3 in Generation 9 OU. I gotta shake back. Alright. I fell off, bruv. Temporarily. But I'm spinning back now with these hyper offensive picks. Yeah, what happened? Did I drop the frames? Let me know if my shit is back, or let me know if it died. Become a member today, agency. It'll be the best decision you ever make. For every member I get, the internet improves tenfold. Did you know that? Real agents knew that already. Real agents know that for every like we get on the stream, and for every new member we get, the internet gets that much better in small increments. So like, I'm not even connected to Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm trying to give that shit a break, and this shit is uber explosion. We tried our best. Internet, revive yourself, bitch. Cook. Alright, are we back? Perfect. Discord server is only for members. You got to become a member, and then if you go to your settings in your Discord, it'll just pop up if you integrate your YouTube with your Discord account. You got to be a member to join the amazing exclusive agency Discord. Alright, is my internet back? Haters in the building, is it back? Anyways, my Roaring Moon goes on a roaring sweep and Goobs schmixes him. Well played. Alright, so this was the game I played right afterwards. Generation 6 Masters. So after I just lost, I'm now in the 3-1 bracket. You gotta win 7 rounds. I was like, fuck. You get 3 lives. You get 3 lives. Shout out Romanji for the 5 months. Appreciate you. Meta's dog shit. Just grassy train and Webb's cheese. Yes, this meta's shit. I agree with you. Thank you for showing love for 5 months. Shout out I Hate Canadians. That's a classic. Appreciate the dono, my friend. Forgot to ping the Discord. I forgot to ping the Discord. The Discord thinks I hate them. They think I changed. They think I changed. They think I changed. Surely the Discord should know, though. Unless they think I changed. But I didn't change. I didn't change on anybody. My bad, though. Anyways. I got this game here, right? Round 5 of the Smogon Masters. This guy has a Mega Beedrill. I'm like, man, what the fuck is Mega Beedrill doing? And when I saw the matchup versus me, the first thing I looked up was, can Mega Beedrill drill run in Gen 6? It can drill run in Gen 6. So I was like, oh shit, this shit's gonna kill everybody. Because if you look at my team, every Mon dies to U-turn and drill run and poison jab. I was like, bruh, this shit is a threat. But I was like, dude, whatever. It's still a Beedrill, and you're not about to flex on me. I got this team from my boy X-Ray a long time ago. I don't use Charizard Y that much. Shit is funny. It's a fun mon. This is a 4-attack HP Ice Charizard, and then I saw that this guy had a Dragonite, so I was like, that's hilarious. And either way, I wasn't too worried about anything. He has a Suicune, but I have a knockoff Weavile, and I have a fucking Superior. Back in the day, people didn't really use Cofagrigus defensively, but now all these clowns use Cofagrigus with Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Hex, and it's fucking annoying because the only good Rapid Spinner is like Excadrill. This is why I run Latios with Defog on every team. But then they tell me, oh, Latios is bad. How the fuck is Latios bad? If I had to specs Latios, I would have clicked Psychic 6 times versus this team and put him in a pack. Never let them tell you Latios is bad in Gen 6, because he's shiced. Alright, let's continue. So, I lead off with my Slowbro as he leads off with Beedrill. I'm like, oh fuck, this shit's a big ass threat. He U-turns out, it does 68. I'm not Helmet, I'm Colberberry. I go for a Future Sight, I bring in my Excadrill immediately as he just gets up his Stealth Rock. I'm like, I'm gonna get a mod Stealth Rock here as he takes the Future Sight here. Takes a good 39%. Now here, I know for a fact he's going to bring in Cofagrigus because he doesn't want to take an Iron Head, and he wants to block a possible Rapid Spin. So I bring in my Superior because I'm like, okay, I can pressure this with either a Leaf Storm or a Glare. I go for a Leaf Storm first because I think he might just stay in and try to get up a T-Spike. But he makes a good play and goes hard into his Beedrill. But he takes damage from Stealth Rock, and he takes damage from my Leaf Storm, so I'm not too worried. I know that this Beedrill is the biggest fucking threat on the field. So as long as I can get this shit to continue taking rocks residual, I'm not too worried. I can also Ice Shard it. It's like whatever. It's still a Beedrill. Remember that. It's still a Beedrill. Shout out Oriya in the chat. Today's my birthday. Could you say happy birthday? Happy birthday. Have a great birthday. The best birthday. Agency birthday. The best thing you can do on your birthday, the best gift you can give yourself, is becoming a member of the agency. Remember that. Anyways, I go into my Heatran here expecting a U-turn as he goes for a knockoff. Now I'm like, what the fuck? U-turn knockoff? You do not have Drill Run. I go into my Excadrill here as he does just U-turn. I'm like, damn, you really don't have knockoff. I mean, you really don't have Drill Run. So he sabotaged himself with this dumbass set. U-turn knockoff. To be honest, I don't even know why I went Drill here. Maybe I expected Drill Run, and I was just trying to sack it. That's probably what I did do, because I still didn't know for sure that he didn't have Drill Run. But either way, he U-turns out there. My Driller is in. Charizard comes in here because I'm like, dude, I don't have Roost on Charizard anyway, and I'm never going to be able to spin on 145 defense Cofagrigus. I got to make God plays. I bring in my Charizard here. What do you think I click? We don't even mess around with that Flamethrower. We click that hard HP Ice on the switch. Boom! Hidden Power. I missed you. It was so beautiful to flex with you back in the day. I switch out here. I know he's going to Poison Jab. I know after I HP Ice completely shebanged him, he's shitting bricks. I go into Heatran on the fucking Poison Jab. Shout out I Hate Canadian with the 5 gifted members. That's real love. Thank you so much for showing support. We're on the way back to 500 members. It's been a while since I've streamed, so I know it's going to take a while to regain the agency pyramid. But I appreciate all y'all tapping into the stream, all y'all showing love. Make sure you like the stream. We still got to get those numbers up. Appreciate you. Shout out to the man for the 5 subs. We like that here at the agency. We're going up. We're going up. But yeah. And so in this replay, like I was saying, this Beedrill, it's U-turn, knockoff, poison jab, protect. So he definitely sabotaged himself by not having drill run. Knockoff, I don't understand why you'd have knockoff. I mean it's knockoff, it's a great move, but bruh, if you had drill run, you could have smoked my pack for real. Either way, I Magma Stormed there. He's shitting bricks now because he's like, dude, what is this Heatran? It's not even Stealth Rock. I'm scared. I go for a Magma Storm. I'm max special attack, ho. I got that big damage on me. I just kill this Clefable there. He brings in his extra drill. I have no problem staying in here and sacking my Heatran. I feel like it's done its job, and after I come back in and take rocks, I'm gonna die. I bring in Charizard again. Now here, I have no reason not to click Flamethrower. I lose nothing, and if he goes into Suicune, I can Solar Beam it afterwards. I don't have Roost, so I don't have to waste time even going for it. He stays in, probably hoping he can spin or Earthquake me on a Roost, but I just Flamethrower, knock his shit out. Beedrill comes in. I know Beedrill's now dead no matter what, so I'm not too worried. I bring in my Drill as he goes for a Jab. Jab is a garbage play. He should have knocked off for sure. Jab was definitely a terrible play. I bring in my Drill. He U-turns out, brings in Cofagrigus as I go for a Rapid Spin, just hoping that he knocks off, and I'm able to kill that thing. Cofagrigus comes in here. I go for Earthquake because at this point I'm like, I can just sack my extra drill, then I can bring in my Serp, I can start Leaf Storming, and I win the battle that way. He goes back into Cofagrigus here on my Rapid Spin, but I just EQ again as he hexes. I sack my Charizard Y, I bring in Weavile, I knock off the Suicune for 42%. He rests up, I go Drill, I EQ his Cofagrigus as he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, and then I predict him to go into Suicune here, hoping that he can get it set up before I bring in my Superior. So I go for a Rapid Spin. I get that play correct as he does switch out his Cofagrigus. I then bring in Superior, and I Leaf Storm, and I sweep him. So that was a pretty cut and dry game. Yeah, that was a pretty straightforward game. I cooked him. Next game, Generation 7. Generation 8. Those of you who know me in Generation 8 OU know that I am a Mandibuzz merchant. I love Mandibuzz in this bitch. Mandibuzz in Gen 8 is like the Landorus T equivalent. This guy is shiced. Bottom line, he's shiced. You cannot count Mandibuzz out. You always be putting that work in. Always. So I got this team is CTC's team originally. It has a Dragapult over Clefable, but my boy Solwyn gave me a version with Clefable over Dragapult because he has less skill and likes having Clefable at Thunderwave instead of Dragapult. Anyways, I've used this team many times in tournament with Dragapult over Clef, and I won a bunch of times with this. This team has been spammed in tournament. This is one of CTC's best teams he ever made. He made it last generation. This shit always wins. So I'm up against this guy's team. He has just brutal HO. I'm like, oh dude, another beat up Weavile team. Alright, bitch. I'm ready. My team, Specs Blaze, Scarf Lele, the rest of the dudes are defensive. Mandibuzz has a pretty good matchup versus his team too. I lead off with Lele versus Weavile. I go for a Moonblast here, bring him down to Sash. He goes for beat up, but the thing is, he's got some pussios on his team, bruh. Mew, base 100 attack, bro, is soft. And because he has some pussios on his team, this beat up doesn't do shit, and I live with 13%. So that's why, in short, should have had a Melmetal over Mew. Would have killed my Tapu Lele, but you decided to have a pussio on your team, and for that reason, Lele ate that shit up. Either way, he's fucking Sash Weavile. I was hoping so badly that he was banded and I would OHKO him, but he was Sashed. Shout out Soviet for the dono. Finally, honest tier without Boots, Golden, and Terra. Yes, this is honest. Gen 8 is pretty honest, except for heavy duty boots and static and flame body. Anyways, watch this. I double into my Blacephalon knowing that he's going to go into his Scizor. I know he's thinking, I don't want to sack my Mon already. So I read his life, bring in the Blaze. I had to do it. I know he thinks, oh, he's going to Shadow Ball. Let me stay in and knock off. No, bruh. I'm not making no over prediction. Flamethrower. I'll read his life. Feel me? He goes into Garchomp. I'm like, bro, I know you're not going for Earthquake here. I know you're going for Rocks or Swords Dance. So I Flamethrower again as he goes for Rocks. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I've downloaded your brain.exe. It's over. I've installed my malware. It's done. In comes Dragonite. I bring in Mandibuzz. I'm like, bro, I'm reading every turn on your shit. He goes for EQ. I go for foul play. I'm like, bro, I'm not defogging. I know the Weavile's coming. Bro, it's too crazy. He goes into Mew here. I switch out because I don't want to get Cosmic Powered on and Weakness Policy, but he Swords Dance. I bring on my Blaze. I just trick his shit, knock his shit out. I mean, he knocks me out with a Psychic Fang. I bring back in Mandibuzz. I get that freest defog of all time so that my Lele can live. Mew comes back in here, but my Mandibuzz is foul playing this bitch. He goes for CC here. It does 22%. I'm like, damn, Mew is fucking ass. Mandibuzz I know lives +2 from Blaziken with ease and does 70% back with foul play, so I'm gonna leave that guy in the back for later. I go into my Clef, soft boiled up as he brings in Dragonite. I go for Moonblast. He goes for Dual Wing Beat as I get up Stealth Rock. Greedy play by me. Shout out Jobert gifting the 1 sub. Appreciate you, man. We're getting close to 400. Anyways, I soft boiled up. He DD's again predicting me, but my Clef is still hard body, so it lives that shit. Then he goes into his Blaziken, but I just Thunder Wave the Blaziken. Now I know that he's gonna go for SD again, hoping that I just stay in and Moonblast, and he knows he needs enough speed boosts to be faster than Scarf Lele. So I go Scarf Lele immediately, knowing he'll never attack, and then I'm just able to go for Psychic because I'm faster and I knock him out. I ain't gonna lie, this guy got blown away. So that was a pretty dominating. This best of 3 was like 8 minutes long. Both games. The Oraz game was like 5 minutes, and this game was 3 minutes because it was just, I doubled into Blaze, I clicked Flamethrower, and then I did like 300% to his team in 5 turns. He got obliterated. So this one went pretty well. I'm 4-1 into Smogon Masters. You need to go 7 wins. You need to win 7 series to win, or to go to the playoffs. So I won 4 out of my 5 series. You get 3 lives. So I have to go 3-2 from here, which should be very easy. But can't get cocky. Got to keep preparing and picking good teams. Feel me? Alright, so now all I have left are these Demon Time RU games. Is the agency ready for our RU journey? Is this what you want? Is this what you want to see this RU? Because that's all I got left now. I've already showed all the OU stuff for Load Stretch Fat into Izza this week. Yo, that team is so good. Stretch is a fucking genius. That Fat team is fucking heat. But I'm not loading that team. One of the joys of playing a legend like me is knowing that there's never going to be stall. That Stretch team is amazing though. That team is amazing. I should bring that team and sit around and stall around. It's a gorgeous team. He cooked with that one. Alright, anyways, I'm not using Woach. I'm using Decidueye. So I'll be playing RU tournaments every now and then. I have a friend on Smogon, his name is Ajna. He's the best RU player of all time. And every time there's a RU tournament, he tells me, yo, sign up, I'll get you on my team. And he's very loyal. He always gets me on his team. And then I always go fucking LeBron James, Tom Brady, and we win the chip. So I think I'm like the top 5 most trophied up RU player on the site, which is crazy because what the fuck is RU? But my boy Ajna just gives me amazing teams, and then we practice some games. And yeah, so Generation 9 RU. Shout out Smudge for the 3 months. Who's taking the Smog Classic? I have no fucking idea. I haven't even been paying attention to Smog Classic. But it's 2 guys that have been playing longer than me, so it'll be an epic series, and I will be tuning into watching it. I don't care who wins, to be honest. I really don't care. They're both... I guess I hope Malekith wins. Yep, I hope Malekith wins. So anyways, my boy Ajna showed me some teams. I said fuck all them other teams. I like the team with Glowbro and Blissey. My opponent, RC9, this guy's username used to be the Franklin. This guy has been playing as long as me. In fact, I played him in a Smogon Tours finals one time in 2015. Or maybe it was even 2014. Which is so fucking long ago. It's like 8 or 9 years ago. So it was a best of 3. Not best of 3. It was a round robin finals. There was 3 of us. So me, Franklin, and this other guy, Get Backer. That was his username. And I beat what's it called? What did I do? I beat the Franklin, and then I lost to the other guy. Or no, I lost to I lost to this guy here in the finals, but I beat the other guy. And then this guy had to leave. So then they just gave me the win by default because he was like, wait, I gotta leave. I don't know, maybe his mom finished making the hot pockets and he had to fucking go downstairs before she unplugged the router. But yeah, anyways, I just won by technicality. Bro had to leave. I was like, that's funny. So yeah, I guess I hope the hot pockets were good, bro, because I owned you as a result. Anyways, it's time for him to get his spin back revenge in RU 8 years later. Yeah, anyway, that's the backstory. I'm serious, that's what happened. I don't know what I'm supposed to say besides that his mom finished the hot pockets early, right? It's true. All right, let's get into this bitch. Oh no, I clicked my name. It's gonna show my shit. Okay, oh, wrong side. We need to show the side of fucking justice and, you know, righteousness. So he leads off with Arcanon as I lead off with my Slowbro. My Slowbro is max defense, meaning it has a good lead off into every single Pokemon. Turn 1, you already know what I'm clicking. Boom, bitch. I go for Thunder Wave, but I miss, which is important. You'll see soon why that was a big miss. I bring up my Fortress and I go for what? Rocks? I go for my Spikes. I have heavy duty boots on everybody, so I'm not too worried about rocks going up. I bring up my Slowbro as he misses Will-O-Wisp, so I'm like, alright, that's an even miss for a miss. Bronzong comes in here. I go for Thunder Wave. Now I get that ass paralyzed. I'm thinking, okay, Fortress, come in here. Now we beat Bronzong 1v1. I ain't even tripping, and I got leftovers for that ass. I go for Rapid Spin here, get rid of those hazards as he gets full parried. I see that the Bronzong is not leftovers, so I go for a Spike. I'm like, oh yeah, Fortress, we're about to completely fuck this thing up. I go for Rapid Spin again, and then bro clicks Trick, and he gives me a Toxic Orb and takes my leftovers. I was like, bruh, no, bruh. Anyways, I get up all my hazards because I was like, dude, what's going on here? Him taking my leftovers and then healing himself up? What is going on? This is Generation 9 RU, by the way. But he's paralyzed, so I go for Iron Head, and I do 9%. Now, the chances of him getting flinched and parried, they're pretty high. So I'm doing a net 3% per turn. I'm not stopping. My Fortress continues to go on the offensive with Iron Head. Look at this shit. Another one. More chip. Another one. I'm doing that chip. A lot of y'all thinking, is he serious right now? I'm dead fucking serious. I'm dead fucking serious. That Bronzong was at 100%. Now he's at 81. A lot of y'all don't understand. I keep clicking Iron Head. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I need to damage this Bronzong. This shit is a gigantic threat. I got Jirachi at home, bitch. I keep on going for Iron Head. I remember my team was watching this game. They were like, oh, nah, he's on drugs right now. I was like, I'm on drugs right now. Watch this shit. I'm going to keep clicking Iron Head. I'm +4 speed. This is the fastest Fortress of all time, bitch. Look how fast I am. I'm so fucking fast. I continue to Iron Head, and he's like, oh, fuck. Yup. Down to 57%. A lot of y'all didn't believe that this could happen. It can happen. Finally, I vote switch out because I'm like, dude, you need to stop. I get him down, though. He goes into Noivern here. I go for Choice Banded Knockoff. No, I go for U-Turn. I don't go for Knockoff. My bad. I just lied to y'all. I predict him to switch out, I guess, and I go for U-Turn. So 25 turns of bullshit. I U-turn into my Diancie. Now I'm able to get up my own Stealth Rock. Even if he has a bunch of boots, guys, I need to get up my hazards ASAP because there's some threats on his team. I bring in my Noivern on Woach. Woach is fat ass, of course, has heavy duty boots. Knockoff still does a shit ton. I go for Roost here as he goes for a Leech Seed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Woach is so fat and annoying. I go for a Flamethrower here, hoping he goes into Bronzong. I go for Hurricane, but I fucking miss. I'm like, no, dude, Woach is definitely gonna fuck my bitch now. Because I missed Hurricane. He continues to spam Ruination. I'm like, alright, I guess I'm gonna spam Roost, and I hope he miss ones. I'm like, alright, he keeps ruinating, he's not missing, he's doing 50% each turn. I go for Hurricane here, I fucking crit his Woach immediately, and I one-hit KO it. That was the most satisfying turn in my Pokemon career, because I've never seen a Woach go down in one hit ever. But anyways, I just crit that ass, and I just KO it. But hey, I already missed a Hurricane earlier, so we just call that justice around where I'm from. I go to Slowbro here on Flare Blitz. It does absolutely jack shit, 33%. No type of damage. Zong comes in here. I go for a Surf. I got that big chip on me. My Slowbro has regen too, so I don't have to worry too much. He goes for Heavy Slam here. He does 13%. I can see that my Slowbro is fucking his shit up. He goes for Earthquake though, which does 26. My Surf is only doing 15, but it doesn't matter. Good chip. He EQs there and he crits me, so I'm like, oh shit, I'm scared. Diancie comes in here. I believe I just slack off. Yep. I bring in my Decidueye here. I know he's never going to Moonblast a Slowbro. And I also know that he could have Encore because mine has Encore. Or he could just go for Diamond Storm. Either way, Decidueye is always coming in. He goes for Encore. I just know you're never going to Moonblast a Slowbro. Noivern comes here. I predict the Noivern switch. I go for a knockoff. I do 68%, which is just outrageous damage. He U-turns out, which is great for me because now I know Noivern dies to rock, so that shit is dead. Diancie, I switch it out. I don't want to get burned. Slowbro is putting in that overtime right now, too. I go for Shell Sidearm here. I just wanted to poison him. Surf, as he goes for Earthquake. I bring in Decidueye here. Doesn't matter what he clicks because I'm able to take it. Noivern comes in here. I just go for triple arrows. He brings in Arcanine, but I can just go into Diancie for free. I know he's going to Flare Blitz the first turn, not Will-O-Wisp because he already burned me. Now I'm going to switch into Slowbro knowing he's going to Wisp. You see these plays? You see these plays? We don't fuck around out here every turn. I go for Slack Off here. Stay healthy, Slowbro. We need you for later. Because that Palmok could still get shiced. I go into Decidueye on Earthquake. I take no damage. I go for triple arrows. I knock him out. He brings in Palmot. I go for into Slowbro as he goes for a CC. He is Boots Palmot. Does no type of damage though. I go for Shell Sidearm. Poison him. Shell Sidearm is a funny move. Diancie comes in here. I Surf. I go into Decidueye again as he Diamond Storms. Knock this shit out with Leaf Blade. He goes into Palmot. Kills me with Double Shock. I go into Slowbro. I go for Sludge Bomb. Sack my Blissey. Back into Slowbro. Sludge Bomb. Sack my Fortress. Go into Diancie. Knock him out. So, pretty long, but pretty solid game. Crit on Wo-Chen definitely hurt him. I can't pretend like that shit didn't hurt him. But in the end, we were heroically victorious. Well played, Diancie. You did your job. I would say that Slowbro G was the fucking king of this battle. That guy was the one who definitely put the work in at the highest level. So, credits to him. RU is interesting. I got 2 more of these games. Is that what you all want to see? Should I post these next 2 games? Pretty good game. Strong threats on the deck. Alright. So that game was the semifinals of the RU tournament. This is the finals. This is versus LPZ. This guy is on my Smogon Champions League team. Team I'm using is Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu is broken in RU. Like from the games I've played in RU, I think Mimikyu and Slitherwing at booster energy are literally broken. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't spam those mons on every team. They're very hard to beat. So I'll lead off with my Crook. He leads off with his Crook. I'm Muscle Band 4 attack or 3 attack Stealth Rock. I go for Gunk Shot here because I know Serena's not going to go for a grass move when I have a Fortress and a Dragalge. So I go for Gunk Shot just to see the damage. Even though I'm Muscle Band, it only does 48. Granted, I am -1, but chip is chip, so I'm not too worried about that. I bring him Fortress here as he goes for a Synthesis after spinning those away. U-turns out, but I'm just going to get up a Spike here, I believe. Right? No, I go for Volt Switch, actually. Yeah, I went for Volt Switch because I thought, okay, he's just going to U-turn into Typhlosion. I don't want to give Typhlosion a free switch in, which is fair. My Dragalge is Specs, so I don't want Typhlosion to come in and just click Shadow Ball spam and all that shit. Crook comes in here on the Volt Switch. I go for a Spike. He makes a good play there, knowing I'm going to Volt Switch the first time. Gets his Typhlosion in for free. I bring in my Slowbro. Goes for Wisp. I'm Spadef on my Slowbro, so I'm not too worried about whatever. I forgot what my Slowbro's item was. What was my Slowbro's item? Let me go find out, actually. What was my Slowbro's item? I had a Eject button. Okay. So I expected him to go for Infernal Parade or whatever, and I would take like 75, and then I would just Eject button out. That's what I expected to happen. Anyways, he misses Wisp, which is tough for him. And I go for Thunder Wave on the switch as Serena comes in here. I just paralyze that shit. Fortress comes right back in here. U-turn is very free, so Typhlosion's gonna come in here. It's Boots, so I know my hazards aren't even that good because we've already revealed 2 Boots Pokemon. Slowbro comes back in on Shadow Ball, takes 71. This is what I expected to happen earlier. Dragalge now comes in as I go for, I believe, Sludge Bomb. But here I make a God read. I know Reverum is not gonna stay in when I have a Fortress, so I Sludge Bomb again when I'm Specs. Catch the Oricorio on the switch. God reads. I'm like, okay, I'm tapped in. Crook comes in after, but I'm not doing nothing. I'm just clicking that Sludge Bomb. I get off a shit ton of damage, and I poison the Crook. I truly can't complain about that situation whatsoever. Fortress comes in here. He goes for a banded knockoff. I know it's banded because 44 is outrageous damage. Do I vote switch here? Yup, I vote switch knowing he's going to switch. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Dragalgi comes right back in as Reverum comes in. I believe I sludge bombed again. I did sludge bomb again. And then I switch out here into Fortress as he goes for Iron Head. So that worked out great for me. I'm now able to just get up my other layers of spikes. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to put the spikes up because I want that Reverum to get hit and I want that Diancie to get hit. He flinches me with Iron Head there. I can't complain after what I did last game to the Bronze Zone. I vote switch out. Crocodile comes in. Serena comes in here as I just go for a knockoff. But I've already seen that gunk shot last time did 48 at -1, so I know it's going to kill. Typhlosion comes in. Typhlosion's faster than me. Fortress is fine to be sacked. Fortress did its job, kept hazards off the field, and got its own spikes up for good. My Dragalgi comes right back in. I'm just going to keep clicking Sludge Bomb. I know that because I've already clicked it all those times. He's probably going to expect me to go for some other shit here and go Dragalgi. I mean, not Dragalgi, Diancie. But he just decides to sack his Crocodile. He knows he can't really risk his Diancie because it could be one of his final win conditions. Oricorio comes in here. I know the Terra Steel is coming if you brought it in. That's why I went Mimikyu. Now I go for a SD, and I get ready to, as they, you know, say scientifically, sweep his ass. He goes for Encore here, which is insane. I'm not clicking anything besides Shadow Claw anyways. Goes for Iron Head there, but I Shadow Claw. I turn Ghost, Shadow Claw, and then that's that. So Mimikyu comes in, sweeps. So semifinals and finals of the RU tournament, I win. Then we go to tie break. They put me in again. My final game, game 3 of my RU career. Can we do it, agency? Alright, so I lead off with Kilowattrel. Turn 1, I Hurricane into Crook. Alright, knockoff does 85%. This shit should be banned. Anyways, I know he's gonna switch into Goodra. Why else would you have him on with 150 Spadef? So I roost up predicting this guy to switch out. Ownage plays. Works out perfectly for me. Alright, I bring in my Slowbro as he knocks off Boots. As you guys know, I'm a Slowbro merchant. Diancie comes in here on Draco afterwards. I didn't want Diancie to get knocked off, so I get those 2 turns perfectly. Crocodile comes in here as I just get up my rocks. Now I go for Body Press as he gets up his own rocks. I know I lived EQ, so I didn't really give a fuck about whatever was going to happen. Here, I have a Glowbro, so I know he's not going for Grassy move. So I just go for Diamond Storm as he knocks off. I do a shit ton of damage, 59%. I'm like, Diancie, you might as well just stay in and do as much damage as possible. He starts U-turning out. Terrain is definitely garbage in lower tiers. My Diancie is just going crazy. This shit might as well be a Mega Diancie because I'm Diamond Storming it up. Goes for Sludge Bomb, hoping for a poison, but it's too late. My Diancie is on drugs in this bitch. I go into Bisharp. Espeon comes in with the berry or whatever. This shit would need to be like Terra Blast fight to beat me. Thwacky comes in. I have to Night Slash because this guy doesn't get knockoff. Now Grafaiai comes in. I know it's gonna SD if it got a Grassy boost, so I go for fucking Dark Terra because I'm like, maybe this kills. But I'm underrating Grafaiai's defense. That shit lived easily. He goes for SD again, thinking I would Sucker Punch, but I'm a fucking Eviolite Bisharp, and Grafaiai is definitely dog shit, so I just assume that I live no matter what. Mimikyu comes in here, but I have a Eviolite, so I know I live. I'm literally just clicking the attack every turn this game. I remember this game felt like I was on crack or something. Like it shit just happened and then I like woke up from my high and I was done. Like I must have taken, you know, fentanyl or something. I don't know. Anyway, so Espeon comes in here. Here I'm like, watch this. I'm going to try to throw the game. I forgot that Espeon used its item. So I go into my Bramblegast and I'm like, dude, I just kill it with Poltergeist. But my dumbass forgot that it had no item. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to lose, bruh. Oh my God, bruh. Anyways, I go for Shell Sidearm here, and I fucking kill him, and that's that. I get a crit. That shit probably mattered, but then I would have just killed him with Diancie, which lives. Anyways, that was funny. I was up 6-1, and then I was like, hold on. Let me just try and lose for a second. That shit didn't matter. It killed anyways. Shaboing. So I win the RU tiebreak, and then we won the RU tournament. So now I'm in the top. I'm like the most trophied up RU guy. I'm top 5. I told you. Let me find it on Smogon. I'm not lying. They got a RU Hall of Fame in this bitch, and somehow I'm on there. They got me higher on the RU Hall of Fame than the OU Hall of Fame. What's going on here? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I didn't even know that they had this until my boy showed me. Look at this shit. I really am on this bitch. Look at this shit. Hold on. I gotta change the dimensions. Look at this shit. Where am I? Wait a minute. I'm supposed to have a 5th trophy. It's not updated yet. They got me at 13, but really, I'm supposed to be 5th because I got 4 after this one. So I'm top 5. Dead or alive are you? Let it be known. Let it be known. I'm top 5. Dead or alive are you? All right. All right. I'm top 5. Then again, this shit is not a real tier. Eviolite Bisharp came in and turned into Arceus Dark and Yveltal all at the same damn time. Anyways, that's my big tournament replay conglomeration for you all. There were quite a lot of replays. This was a nice 2-hour stream. I haven't streamed in a while though, so I knew I had to give something to the fans. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. I had a lot of fun. Oh, I said phone instead of fun because I fucking forgot to just tweet this out, it looks like. But either way, thank you all for watching. Had a good time showing all these tournament games. I'll probably stream some of the what's it called, Smogon Champions League matches. What's it called, tomorrow or something like that. We'll go over the last couple weeks of games because that'll be good. But yo, hope y'all enjoyed. Go check out the vid I posted earlier. Leave a like if you haven't. Make sure you become a member and join the agency Discord if you haven't. It's amazing over there. Catch y'all soon. Thanks for tuning in.